So the game I'm playing today is called Anodyne 2 Return to Dust. This game is kind of hard to describe, and that has mostly to do with the fact that this game doesn't stick to just one particular style of gameplay most of the time. However, the best way that I can describe this game is that it's kind of like a blend between the modern and classic Legend of Zelda games. It's inspired by modern Zelda in the sense that most of the environments you explore in this game are three-dimensional. You have this wide open world that you can explore, you can talk to NPCs, there are some side quests that you can perform for said NPCs, but it's also inspired by the classic Zelda games in the sense that some of the environments are actually in 2 dimensions. There are certain points in Anodyne 2 in which the game switches perspective. Some parts of the game are in 3D, others are in 2D, and most of the combat in this game takes place in the 2D environments, because most of the 3D sections in this game don't involve any actual combat. They mostly involve either exploration or just straight platforming. It'll make a lot more sense once we get into the actual game, but first I would like to describe the plot of Anodyne 2. So Anodyne 2 is the sequel to the original Anodyne, obviously. The first Anodyne game originally came out in 2013. The second game, which came out in the middle of last year, is not connected to the first game in terms of story at least. That does not mean that there aren't any connections between the two games, however, but I'm not sure what those connections are because I never played the first game. So the plot of the second game is that you play as a girl named Nova. Nova was born into a world called New Theland, and the inhabitants of New Theland are being infected by a swarm of microscopic organisms known as nanodust. Because that does not at all sound like current world events that are unfolding as we speak. However, it has been foretold that in the event of a nanodust infestation, that one very special individual would be destined to become the nanocleaner. The nanocleaner's job is to, well, rid New Theland of all the nanodust, obviously. And as it turns out, the special person who was handed this monumental task was Nova. Nova possesses the ability to shrink down to microscopic size, which allows her to enter the bodies of infected citizens and cleanse their bodies of nanodust by utilizing a special vacuum given to Nova by some sort of deity who is also apparently Nova's mother, I think? I don't know, we'll talk about her a little bit later, and for the record, yes, Nova is female. So basically, Nova's job is to go out into the world and vacuum up all the nanodust in order to save the world, otherwise the nanodust will kill literally everyone and everything. It could even destroy the entire universe if left unchecked, because, yeah, microscopic dust is apparently that powerful in this universe. Also, it is freaking windy outside of my house right now, so if you guys hear any weird background noise, I apologize for that, but, yeah, Mother Nature is whipping up a bit of a storm outside my house right now. Nothing I can really do about that, though. So if you're wondering why I've chosen to play this game today, well, to be honest, I chose to play this game today for no real reason other than the fact that it's currently free to play on the Epic Games Store for a short while. This game went free to play on the Epic Games Store a couple of days ago at the time of this recording. It went free to play on March 12th, it's gonna be free to play until March 19th, and if you download the game within that time period, you will be able to register the game permanently to your Epic Games Store library. So yes, this is actually another game that I managed to receive for free through the Epic Games Store. That's really the only reason why I'm even playing this in the first place. This is basically another $20 game that I managed to pick up for free, because Epic Games just continues to be incredibly generous with their giveaways. But to be fair though, this is a game that I have been very interested in for a little while now. And actually, the original Anodyne was also a game that I was kind of, like, taking peeks at from time to time. The thing that intrigues me the most about the second Anodyne game in particular is that it seems to take inspiration from several different eras of gaming. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, that this game contains both 3D and 2D environments. The 3D environments are mostly inspired by early action-adventure games and platformers from the PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64 era, while the 2D 2D environments were inspired more by the 16-bit era, so think like Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis. You'll even notice on the title screen here that a lot of the textures are unfiltered, so it's got this nice like pixelated PlayStation 1 era art style to it, or even the Nintendo DS, because a lot of DS games also looked like this as well. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, we are going to press X here, and we are going to start a new game. I have been playing this game a little bit off screen. I didn't make that much progress though. Yeah, I do have a save file right here that has almost 2 hours logged into it. It also says that I have 4 cards on this save. I'm gonna explain what cards are later, but for now, I'm going to create a new save file. Yes, we are going to use that one. We're going to begin our adventure here. Now, I do need to remind you guys that this game does contain a lot of dialogue, because it is an action-adventure, kind of like an RPG game almost, despite the fact that the game doesn't really have that many RPG elements to it. Like, there's no leveling up system in this game, for instance, but just keep in mind that this game contains a lot of dialogue, so there's going to be a lot of talking at the very beginning of this video, and not that much actual gameplay. But for now, let's get started. A warm breeze fills the air. A paper floats by and comes to rest on the ground. It is a letter. It reads, Summer, 2019. Dear player, thank you for playing Anodyne 2 Return to Dust. It is somewhat of a spiritual successor. It has narrative and thematic ties to the first Anodyne, but features a completely new world and characters. That is to say, the two games can be enjoyed in any order. At times, the world of Anodyne 2 may be a strange or confusing place, but at its heart is a story of human struggles and relationships. Now, come on, let's go on a curious and wonderful journey together. Melos Hantani and Marina Kitaka. Those two people right here are the developers of this game. Yeah, what also impresses me the most about this game? Developed by only 2 people. So there was a very small team that worked on this game, like not a massive studio or anything. So anyway, let's actually begin here. So we have this figure that appears first of all, figure with stringed instrument. Some say that life is a circle. Madness! All things grow from a point, a center. Everything to come was already here. It melts out from a tiny capsule, like a sponge in bloom. The beauty is to witness the true shape of the primordial point, its fractals unfurled to their limits, the atomic, indivisible tips of its tentacles. Time, after all, is a looking glass, an illusion, and yet, the truest way to see ourself. Figure with beautiful voice. Stunning words as always, friend, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. The one we are here to meet is barely a baby, not yet hatched. We must lead her gently into the bright light of the world. Oh look, our precious Nova seems to be stirring. The following are the first words that Nova will ever hear. In time, the contents of the speech will fade into obscurity, but she will never forget first hearing this voice. Ah yes, this voice, so fragrant, so beautiful that Nova felt like crying. Had she been blessed with tear ducts, perhaps she would've. You may have forgotten how hard it is when you first realize that you exist. Nova certainly felt that now, but when she heard this creature speak, she thought, perhaps it might be worth it. Nova, can you hear me? Take a deep breath, my darling, then open your eyes. From the darkness, an orange glow, and from the silence, the crashing of waves. Indeed, so, looking like we were just shipwrecked on an island, we are waking up now, indeed. Yeah, just a random TV, like, just on the island right here. Yeah, no explanation as to where exactly that came from. There she is. Still a little woozy, are you? Don't worry, it's natural to feel disoriented when you first gain consciousness. Child, your name is Nova, and you are an extraordinary creature with the unique ability to shrink to microscopic sizes. It will come in quite handy, as you'll soon see. My name is Palisade, and I'm here with C. Psalmist. Together, we will serve as your caretakers and your guides. Palisade, the shield. That sweet voice definitely lifts. We'll fight for you. C. Psalmist, the musician. Dedicated songwriter. Awkward around kids. Kind of a nerd. Mommies? No. Caretakers and guides. Would you like to say hello to Nova, C. Psalmist? Greetings, young Nova. It is I, C. Psalmist. I am speaking to you from outside of your egg. Space, after all, is an illusion. It could be likened to a looking glass. A looking glass is a mirror, by the way. I used to think it was a telescope or a microscope, you know, some kind of tube-shaped object. Thank you for that enlightening clarification, Seesaw Mist. Now, Nova, as Seesaw Mist mentioned, you are currently inside of your egg. In order to hatch and truly begin your life, you will ride the hatch line monorail that leaves from the top of the hill. Ah, but you can only leave if you obtain the sacred Glandilock seed. For now, you may think of the Glandilock seed as your ticket to ride. First, speak to the 3 yoke figures. Each yoke will give you a special item that will prepare you to host a Glandilock seed. Then, speak to the Chalaza tree at the highest point on the island. Go get him, Nova. Use up, right, down, and left keys to move around. On keyboard, press Q to change the camera angle and E and R to change the camera distance. With controller, use the right stick and rear shoulder triggers to move the camera. Press X to jump. You can jump a second time while in midair. After a jump, keep holding X to slow your fall. To change controls, graphics quality, and gameplay options, press return to open the pause menu. Sorry to tell you all that at once. If you forget anything, check the settings menu's control section. The Albumin Shore. Indeed, so welcome to the Albumin Shore. Apparently we are inside of our egg right now. I mean, Nova's got a lot of place to move around inside of her egg. I mean, look at this, she has an entire island all to herself. That's a pretty cozy looking egg if I do say so myself. I mean, my goodness. Okay, yeah, so, as they were saying before, you can, well, I mean, you can go out into the ocean, but I don't think it allows you to travel too far. I don't think you can drown in that water, though. You'll also notice that the water's very pixelated. So yes, as they were saying before, you can use X to jump, you can tap X twice to double jump, and if you hold down X, you can also kind of do like a very slow glide back down to the surface. Definitely useful for getting over, like, really long gaps. We can actually talk to Palisade again. Yeah, I think Palisade just tells us the exact same thing that she said before. You will notice, however, that if you do end up encountering a dialogue box that you've already seen, you can just press the Z key to skip it entirely. So if you accidentally talk to an NPC that you've already talked to, yeah, you can just skip through all their dialogue because you've seen it already. Nice quality of life improvement that I wish more games would use, but unfortunately don't. Yeah, we can move the camera around with the arrow keys. We can't use the left or right arrow keys to move around. We can actually only use up and down. So that means in order to turn left and right, we also have to turn the camera left and right as well, which can be a little bit jarring at first, but it's pretty easy to get used to. We can press either the enter key or the escape key to bring up the pause menu. Here we can see how long we've been playing the game for. We can also view some other information here too. So we have a health bar. We can only get damage 6 times. We also have a dust meter, but we're not going to explain what that is right now because it's not useful yet. Same thing with this dust prism as well. We'll talk about that later. Cards we'll also talk about later as well because we don't even have any right now. We only have one item in our inventory, the Nano Vacuum model A Pro 60. The latest model of Nano Vacuum with a default canister capacity of 60 dust units. There are etchings on it saying state-of-the-art and something about 4 easy monthly payments. Yeah, so when we acquire more items, we'll be able to view it here in our inventory, and we'll also be able to read descriptions of said items. We got settings, which is just, you know, settings for the game resolution and graphics options and whatnot, not really too important. And then other settings, return to entrance, 3D only. I believe you can only use that when you're in a 3D environment. I don't believe it works in any of the 2D environments. You can also return the title screen, or you can just quit the game altogether. You can press the R key and the E keys to adjust the distance of the camera from Nova. If you want to get a better view of the world around you, you can just zoom it out, as far back as you possibly can. You can also press the Q key to change the actual angle of the camera. This also allows you to get better views of the environment around you. You have a camera angle where the camera moves closer towards the ground and then pans upwards. You also have this camera angle, which places the camera very close to Nova. This other angle that looks down at the ground, this is more like a top-down view than anything else. And then just this normal angle right here, the default angle. Right, so what we're gonna want to do first is that we want to talk to this guy right here. The strange figure is silent. Is it alive, Nova wonders. Nonetheless, its gaze beckons her. Enter my round golden pate, it seems to say. Ye shall find a part of this complete breakfast. The yoke in Nova's fate begin to resonate. The presence of a new nanopoint is in the air. Spark this being and reveal its nanopoint. Shrink forth, Nano Cleaner Nova. Interact with the environment by firing off a spark. Press C to shoot a spark at the yolk. You can enter the nano point by shooting a spark repeatedly. So if there is one sort of attack, even though it's not really an attack, that Nova has in the 3D environments, it's this little spark that she can shoot off in any direction. The sparks are only really useful for shrinking down and entering the bodies of other NPCs. In order to actually enter their bodies, you need to shoot them multiple times. I think you usually need to shoot them at least 5 times, like that. And then, you will enter, some sort of tunnel, which I assume is their esophagus, which is a little bit disturbing to think about. The yolk of yummy. Yeah, thankfully, their insides actually look, yeah, a lot more, you know, upbeat. You know, they're pretty easy to look at, easy on the eyes. They're not as disturbing looking as, you know, like the human body, for instance. Like the inside of the human body. You got this guy right here. I think he just talks to you automatically when you get close to him. Yolkwanda the Yolkrobe. Wowie, our very own cleaner has come to visit. Oh gosh, and I'm the first nano friend she'll see. Boy howdy, gotta keep it together and remember my lines. I hope she comes over here and presses space to talk to me. Well, we'll go over there and press space to talk to you. Hey there, Nova. You shrunk inside the microscopic interior of the yolk of Yummy, the most important yolk of the day. Here you'll find provisions to keep your future Glandalox seed happy and healthy. So this is what I meant when I said that the game transitions between 3D and 2D environments very often. So whenever you're inside an NPC trying to clean their insides of nanodust, which is a little disturbing to think about, the game takes on the form of a 2D top-down Zelda-like adventure game. When you're outside of their bodies, the game plays a lot more like a 3D platformer. We will be spending a lot of time in the 2D environment, and I think this is where the main aspect of Anodyne 2's gameplay is located. This is usually where the most interesting gameplay happens within the 2D environments. Welcome. Rocks are surprisingly diverse and come in a number of shapes and sizes, though by divine fate, many of the rocks here look the same. Be sure to talk to all of us. Yeah, so the first few dungeons that we have here are essentially tutorial levels. They're here to just teach you how to play the game. This little platform right here, this little switch, is a save point. The save points also act as checkpoints, so I believe whenever you die, you'll arrive back at this checkpoint, if I'm not mistaken. The save points can also be used to restore your health completely. So if you've taken any damage, then you can effectively heal yourself by passing over a checkpoint. Nova will love our Center Berry Burst cereal because it contains trace amounts of 17 micronutrients in center recommended ratios. I'm pretty sure I just said recommended. God, I already can't read. And Glandalox Seed will love its patented crunchity cool taste. Yeah, so Nova has a vacuum, as I mentioned before. I believe she can only use this vacuum when she's in the 2D environments. You can press the C key to use the vacuum, and you can pretty much suck up anything in your path, except for these little guys right here. Because if you try to suck them up, they'll say, "Hey, wait, Nova, I'm a helpful Yolkrobe, not a deadly dust virus. Please just talk to me." Yeah, so the Yolkrobe right there mentioned a hazard that we are going to get introduced to in just a little bit. Now, normally we use the vacuum to suck up all of the nanodust that we come across. However, we can also suck up certain items like blocks, for instance, and then we can store them inside of our vacuum. You'll notice that Nova moves a lot slower whenever she's holding an item inside of the vacuum, and it'll also show you the item that's currently being held within the vacuum. I think you can only hold up to one item at a time, though. If you press the C key again, she will shoot out the item from her vacuum. And you can actually use this to damage enemies in some of the later levels. You unfortunately cannot damage the Yolkrobes, though. If you leave the screen and come back, all of the objects that you destroyed will respawn. And that behavior also applies to the enemies, actually, so you gotta be careful for that. Actually, that behavior also applies to the dust. Yeah, remember the dust prism on the pause menu right here? Yeah, remember that for later, because we're gonna need dust in order to power it up, but I'm still not gonna explain what exactly it is just yet. For now, we're gonna talk to this guy. What if we had a Glandalox seed of our very own? Eep, never mind me. We may talk a big game here in the Yolk of Yummy, but the development of delicious and nutritious crispy puff comestibles... Is that even a word, comestibles? It's all we know. What does this rock have to say? What does the rock have to say? There are some colorful rock-like obstructions blocking your path. Try using your nano vacuum to suck stuff out of the way. God, I really cannot read tonight. Hold C to suck in objects, press C to shoot them back out. Yeah, so we have these little rocks that we can actually push around, but it's a lot easier to just suck them up, and yeah, we can also destroy rocks with other rocks, by the way. We can just pick them up with our vacuum and shoot them at the other obstructions to just destroy them outright. There we go. And also, alternatively, we can do this, and we actually have to do that in order to get through this passageway. Sometimes rocks get in the way, other times they can be very helpful. Don't paint every rock with a broad brush, is all I'm saying, unless you paint them really cool. A lady at my church painted a rock so it looked like a tiger with little whiskers and everything. Pretty neat. Apparently, some of the rocks in this universe are religious. Okay, yeah, make of that what you will. I mean, it's a video game, it doesn't have to make any sense whatsoever, and most of the stuff in Anodyne 2 doesn't make sense most of the time. At least 80% of the time it doesn't. Congratulations, you are truly deserving of our greatest A-Glandalock fluid. Cartoon characters will suffer many fraud encounters due to the high quality of our Centerberry Burst cereal, but we can tell you will be a good steward of your Glandilock seed. Indeed, so we go over here, we press spacebar. Yeah, you press spacebar to talk to NPCs and also open up chests and whatnot to find items. Nova found a Centerberry Burst cereal, one of the 3 elements of nurturing. With it, a Glandalock seed will have all the carbs it needs to make a home in Nova's head. And that's it. That's it for that first tutorial level, so we're gonna exit his esophagus now. We're gonna go back out into the 3D world. Indeed. There we go, we just wore it back on out. And then we can talk to him again, one last time. The yolk of Yummy looks quizzically at Nova. Ye have found the treasures buried within me, but cereal left dry doth inflict pain upon the mouth chambers. It nods in the direction of a yolk further up the hill. Right, so now that we've gotten our breakfast cereal, we have to make our way further up the mountain. You can spam the sparks as much as you want, by the way. There's no limit as to how many sparks you can throw at other people. Just keep in mind that it's not useful for combat whatsoever. We have to talk to this guy next. This guy says, the second yolk figure sways in the breeze with a profound sense of chill. Dude, it seems to say. Right in the Milky Waves. The yolk and Nova's fate begin to resonate. The presence of a new nanopoint is in the air. Spark this being and reveal its nanopoint, shrink forth, Nano Cleaner Nova. Indeed, so we're gonna have to throw some sparks at this guy. Yeah, by the way, that gray line you see in the background, that's the monorail that we have to ride in order to leave our egg. Alright, going down the creepy tube into this guy's body to, yeah, get another tutorial. The Yolk of Sippy. So this is, yeah, the B tutorial right here. You know what this kind of reminds me of? This almost kind of reminds me of, one of the levels from Wario Land 4. I don't remember what it was called, but it was that one level that looked like it was made entirely out of toys. That's kind of what this environment is reminding me of. I hope I'm not the only one who feels the same. Yo, Nova, welcome to the Yolk of Sippy. Some people say that a Glandalock seed ought to drink 8 dewdrops of our homemade Sippy yolk milk per cell cycle. But we here in the Sippy zone think you can chill with the math and just go with the flow. Yeah, so this is basically the stoner yolk. So, yeah, let's just move on from that. We're just gonna move on from that topic of conversation. There we go. Just hit this save point. What does this guy have to say? The Glandalock seed is like a direct line to the center, ya dig? Just keep your mind open, you know? And the answers will find you. Or I guess he's more like the 1960s hippie yolk. I'm not really even sure. This game's already getting really weird. You can kind of tell, like, the inspirations that this game took, or that this game loves to wear on its sleeve, or wears on its sleeve. I don't know how to even phrase things. My goodness, let's just read the freaking rock. Wanted, Dust Virus, Mr. Spiky. He may just sit there, but this virus has been shouting some very rude comments at our poor yolk robes. Try shooting a block at him, and be sure to suck up any dust he might leave behind. Yeah, so now we're getting introduced to enemies. So Mr. Spiky right here, he can't move, but you can suck him up with your vacuum. You don't want to do that, though, because if you do try to suck him up with your vacuum, he will damage you. You will still be able to suck him up and fire him at other objects, but it does cause 1 point of damage. So what you would want to do instead is throw a block at him, which kills him instantly. And yes, pick up any dust that he might leave behind, and wow, okay. That was a little bit unlucky because they didn't leave any dust behind that time. Well, as I mentioned before, if you go off the screen and come back, they will respawn. So let me see if I can actually get this to happen. Yeah, here we go. So, Occasionally, when you kill an enemy, they will leave dust behind. However, they also leave this red crystal behind that you can suck up too in order to receive 1 point of health back in case you do end up getting damaged. So there are ways to replenish your health outside of the checkpoint saves, of course. Sometimes when you kill enemies, they will actually drop health. You can just suck it up and you can get some of that health back. The vacuum that we currently have at the moment can only hold up to 60 units of dust, but we can increase this capacity later on. I believe we can increase it to 90 at a later point in the game. A later point that I'm not sure if we'll even get to, but what does this guy say? Nothing like a little sippy yolk milk to make those glandular tendrils grow deep and strong. Just ride that high, Nova. Ride that high. I mean, he's literally saying ride that high. He is a stoner. Right, we got another enemy right here, but let's read the rock first. Wanted, dust virus, mild-tempered slime. Don't be fooled by their adorable gooey exteriors. If left unchecked, these pesky ruffians can cause serious illness in the body of their host. Unlike Mr. Spiky, they are safe to vacuum up. Well, we're still gonna beat their ass in with a rock anyway. We're just gonna beat their butts into oblivion with a nice old block to the face. There we go. We can get some of their dust. We can also get some of the crystals to restore our health, even though we haven't gotten damaged yet. We're at the end of this tutorial level already. Nova, you made it to the yolk milk, of course. You just relaxed and let it flow, am I right? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Nova found a sippy yolk milk, one of the 3 elements of nurturing. With it, a glandular seed will have all government-approved nutrients needed to spread far and wide inside Nova's head. Yeah, apparently that's all going to our brain, apparently. I don't understand it. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, that, like, milk bottle that you give to babies to feed on. Despite the fact that Nova already appears to be, like at least in her teenage years, but she's apparently not even hatched yet. She's still like a fetus. I don't get it. But, yeah, don't think too hard about anything that's happening in Anodyne 2. I can already tell you that, given the amount of time that I've spent with this game so far. By the way, you can still rotate the camera whenever you're talking to an NPC. I don't think there's any real use to doing that, though. Oh yeah, you can even change the camera angles, too. The Yolk of Sippy nods its head at Nova affirmingly. Excellent, it seems to say. Have you chilled with Yoka-Cozy up the hill? Yeah, there's another Yoke fellow that we have to go and investigate up there, or we have to go and meet up with him. Yeah, so we have to just jump off this ledge. Yeah, there we go. We can just fire sparks all over the place. Yeah, it's kind of a long journey to actually get to the last guy, because he's all the way near the top of this hill, actually. So we have to jump up here, we gotta jump up there. We have to run along this bridge. Yeah, he's right over there. So we're almost at the summit. Let's go and talk to him now. The final Yoke figure seems to gaze upon Nova with a warm yet analytical eye. Yes. It seems to say, a perfect host in need of a perfect reguloid. The Yoke and Nova's fate begin to resonate. The presence of for whatever reason, it repeats this line every time you encounter a Yoke. Or whenever you talk to one of the little, like, Yoke guys over here. I'm not sure what exactly they're called, because I've already forgotten. My god. This is why I don't record videos late at night, but I still wanted to record something either way, so forget it. We're doing it live. The Yoke of Cozy. This is the last tutorial level, from what I know. Actually, I know for a fact it's the last tutorial level, so let's freaking do it, boys and girls. And non-binaries too, I guess, if we're being inclusive here. Welcome to the Yoke of Cozy. Yes. Are you feeling comfortable? Yes. We have carefully trained these reguloids to adapt to the local atmosphere to your body's precise partialities. Temperature, salinity, acidity, lugubrity. Again, I did not realize that was a word until I played this game, and so forth. Right, so let's go over here then in that case. We've got another save point. So this is a reguloid right here. Woof, woof, woof. Translation, temperature, 36 degrees, Yoken height. I think we can try to vacuum this guy up, and he does something. Yeah, what is his translation? I just want to help, Nova. I'm no dust virus. Yes. A little cereal, a little yolk milk, yes. Such things are quite necessary. However, as the old saying goes, Glandalok seed cannot live on ingestion alone. Yeah, I have no idea why these rocks are here, by the way. Oh yeah, you can actually move multiple rocks if you line them up and then you start pushing them. Oh yeah, you can actually push all 4 of them at a single time. Not entirely sure what the point of those rocks being there is, but we have 3 different paths that we can take. I think we have to take the left path first, if I'm not mistaken, because what happens if we go up to the center path? Yeah, it's blocked off to us, so we can go either left or right. We're gonna go to the left, though, because I want to. A chasm separates you and those darn dust viruses. You're too far away to suck them up, but perhaps there is another way to get rid of them. Indeed, there is another way to get rid of them. These rocks, because you can actually, yeah, you can shoot them over massive chasms like this. Yeah, so if there's a little barrier blocking you off right here, you have no other way of getting to, you know, the dust viruses, yeah, just shoot a rock at them from afar, and yeah, you can kill them that way to bring down the barrier, then you can move on with your life. What does this reguloid have to say? Translation, air humidity level, 5% success rate for a fish trying to breathe. In other words, the air is moist. I don't think these reguloids are particularly useful, or they don't relay particularly useful information to you. Yeah, let's just break that down. There we go, very nice. So now we want to go to the right side. Indeed, we actually have a different, oh my god, how did I avoid that? Okay, yeah, so we have a different type of, wait, did I actually manage to kill someone with that, or did he manage to kill someone? Yeah, so we have this other type of slime. Okay, I forgot that this one does actually hurt you. So, that yellow slime right there fires these little bullets that will just orbit around a single point indefinitely until, I mean, eventually it just disappears, like when it hits a wall. Like its orbit begins to extend outwards until eventually it hits some sort of object like a wall or even Nova, and only then will it dissipate. Yeah, I forgot that that one does actually damage you though, so you gotta avoid that at all costs. There we go. I actually managed to destroy 2 blocks with just 1 rock. Thankfully, you can't fall off the edges of cliffs here. So we're gonna keep on moving on, and there's not really anything else I can do with this slime. Ouch, watch it, you're gonna chip my paint. If you want me to open, take out your aggression on the dust viruses instead. Well, I mean, you still opened either way because I killed him for you. So, there you go, get absolutely annihilated. Let's just go up here. Got a reguloid. What does he say? Translation, golden summer light, dappled by oak leaves, the scent of freshly bruised crabgrass and dandelions. An unexpected cool breeze drifts in from across the lake. A tawny rabbit sits up and sniffs before hopping into the bushes. Lovely story, and what do you have to say? Ah, yes, yes indeed. It is time for you to have reguloids of your very own. How beautiful to become a home. May your head always be a safe and warm resting place for the precious Glandulock seed. Yes, yes, yes. Indeed, so we're gonna get the Glandulock seed in just a moment, but Nova found a reguloid, personal edition. Another one of the 3 elements of nurturing. The reguloid will adapt Nova's head into the perfect environment for a thriving Glandulock seed. Yep, and that's it for the 3rd tutorial level, so that's all the tutorial levels down. Now we need to talk to the giant tree at the summit, and we're basically at the summit already, so there we go. So we're gonna talk to him one last time just to see what else he says. The Yoke of Cozy passes its gaze over Nova once again. Ah, yes, yes, yes. All is in order here, it seems to say. Perhaps she is ready to meet with the ancient Chalaza. I do believe I am, so let's actually go and meet the great Chalaza very quickly here. Okay, yeah, I do want to save the game. So, these little eggs right here, you press the spacebar near them, and they save your game instantly. That's about the only thing they're useful for, though, so we're just gonna keep on keeping on. Indeed, we are now here at the Chalaza tree, and my god, that face. Chalaza the 8th. Ah, Nova. After all this time, we meet at last. Ah. Nova. What were we talking about? Oh, right. I am the ancient Chalaza tree, keeper of the sacred knowledge of the Albumin shore. From the day you washed up on our shores, I have chronicled your journey, and oh, what a journey it has been. Reflect with me upon these sweet and daring stories that now drift upon the hazy river of the past. Do you remember the blustery, cereal-obsessed yoke of yummy inhabitants? I do, because that was literally 10 minutes ago. The laid-back denizens of the Yoke of Sippy. How about those kind and conscientious caretakers of the Yoke of Cozy? Ah, I have laughed, I have cried, I have prayed for wisdom to bless your decisions. Your thunderous triumphs and your arduous struggles shall be etched into my branches for all eternity. And now, you have arrived here, at the pinnacle of Mount Vitaline, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, from which one can survey the furthest reaches of this expansive land. Have you the 3 elements of nurturing? Ah, wonderful. Then my epic of anticipation is complete. Nova, I grant to you the Glandalox Seed. Hopefully the Glandalox Seed also, you know, grants me the ability to freaking read words correctly. My god. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And now, Nova, it is time. Already I can feel my power fading. The age of albumin draws to a close. Quickly, Nova, lay yourself down upon the hatchline, and with the last of my energy, I will send you to the great beyond. Yeah, this sequence occurs automatically, by the way. You don't actually have to get on the hatchline manually. There we go. Nova just, yeah, she just gets launched into the sunset, basically. Anodyne 2, Return to Dust. Yep, the game's logo appears, signifying that we are about to go on a grand adventure here. So, that is actually the egg that we just hatched out of, by the way. That's what that giant glowing, orange object is. My god, man, the lighting effects are really cool here, too. Again, you can tell that this draws a lot of inspiration from, like, the old-school PlayStation 1 adventure games, because it's got that aesthetic going on, you know what I mean? I mean, admittedly, it kinda looks very similar to A Short Hike. You know, that game also had a particular kind of aesthetic where it was in 3D, but, you know, it had heavy pixelation, which, I mean, you could disable the pixel filter, but it kinda took away from the game's overall feel. But yeah, it's very similar to stuff like that. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, but seriously though, I mean, look at these freaking pixelated lighting effects, my goodness. Yeah, so we're in a giant cave with a whole bunch of crystals, with a lot of moving textures, a lot of animated textures. So we have met up with Palisade again. There you are, darling hatchling. I knew you could make it. Welcome to Alive. Nova, you are in Center Sanctuary, the dwelling place of the Center. The Center is... well, it's hard to explain to someone who's only just hatched, isn't it? The Center is the Center. It created all of us, along with our world, the island of New Zealand. The Center is like an artist, and we are its painting, a beautiful expression of its vision. The Center is everything, or rather, the Center simply is. Our lives are like shadows cast by the Center's true form, which will one day become apparent. The Center. It's the Center! Creator of New Zealand. Painter slash shadow puppeteer? Literally everything? Mommy? No. A figure beyond comprehension. It's literally a rainbow spike. That's what it is. It's not a figure beyond comprehension at all. I know exactly what it is. It's a rotating rainbow crystal. That's what it is. Not that difficult to figure out. Perhaps we are all the artists in Art of New Zealand. We shape and are shaped by each other. By treating our neighbors with kindness, we can build each other up. Well, I don't know if I would go that far, Palisade. What good we may accomplish flows directly from the rightness of the Center. Regardless, we must focus. Nova, listen closely. I will now reveal to you your true purpose and the path ahead. You have been born into a war zone, Nova. Granted, it is not a contest of swords or guns, or armies or infantry. We wage a war that is nearly invisible, and yet wholly insidious. We face a deadly force that wrinkles the face of time, as a lurking water beast ripples the surface of a lake, disrupting the clear reflection of our souls. We call it nanodust. It starts small, a microscopic seed planted in some dark, moist corner of one's organs. Then the nanodust grows. It feeds upon the structure of our minds, magnifying our fears, our wrath, our wrongful desires. Eventually, it blossoms to its full scale, completely obliterating the identity of its host. Symmetry, beautiful symmetry, is our birthright as creations of the Center, and yet, we lose ourselves in the dust. We begin to decay, to decompose, to crumble. Dust begets dust, and we forsake our true selves. Nova, perhaps your true purpose is now becoming apparent. You were given the abilities to shrink and to clean, so that you might reverse the tide of dust that threatens to overwhelm us. You must travel far and wide, shrinking inside the inhabitants of New Zealand, those most consumed by the dust contamination. Suddenly, a tiny spark flies towards Nova's head. What's that? Palisade card, activate! Palisade creates a barrier using her shield, containing the spark in a glowing cube. A nano-intruder, attempting to infiltrate your body. Nova, I can contain it temporarily, but you must shrink to nanoscale and destroy it. Don't be afraid, sweetheart. I'll be right here. I know you can do it. Alright, so now what we gotta do is enter this cube right here by, this wireframe cube, by shooting at it a few times. Yeah, now we're gonna enter cyberspace. We're not even entering someone's esophagus this time. We're going through a literal wormhole. We're now in Drifting Pollen. Indeed, so we have another little, like, dungeon to explore here. So we already have a little bit of dust right here. We're gonna just save quickly. Yeah, so something that I do want to mention is that this game does contain mini-bosses in certain dungeons. Well, I shouldn't say certain dungeons. I think every single dungeon in the game, aside from the tutorial levels, contains some form of mini-boss. So, we are going to start by, I mean, we're not going to talk about that just yet. We're not going to go into further detail about that just yet. So we're going to just vacuum up all the dust. In a way, this also kind of reminds me of Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, you have a vacuum, you got to suck up things, you can even suck up some of the enemies. A very Luigi's Mansion-esque gameplay element right here. Yeah, we're gonna get introduced to the concept of mini-bosses in just a moment, but right now we gotta... Oh god, we have work to do. Holy crap, there's a lot of them. Okay, hang on a second. I don't know if I want to focus on getting rid of the dust right now. I want to focus on getting rid of some of these little slimes right here. So, I do need to mention that there are different types of slimes. Yeah, we do have these ones that, you know, shoot those little, like, bits of pollen at us, I guess you could call them. However, there are different types of slimes that we can encounter in the much later levels. I'm not going to talk about them here right now, though, because there's actually, a few too many of them to list. And we get to see a lot of them in the first few levels that are coming up, actually. The ones that come up after Drifting Pollen. Nova? Is that you? How did I get here? Am I gonna be okay? I'm so tired, Nova. I've never felt like this before. I'm scared. Yeah, something that I also need to mention is that if you talk to, this is another one of those games where if you talk to certain NPCs multiple times, they'll have different bits of dialogue. Like, they'll have more dialogue to throw at you. Unfortunately, we cannot dust off the Yolkrobe right here. That does not work. At least not with our trusty vacuum cleaner. So we just have to move on for now. Got another save point right here. I gotta go and pick up the dust. I don't think the dust itself hurts you, though. The dust does not harm Nova, but you do have to try and clean it up, though. Also, you can't use the dust to attack enemies either. Again, it's this dust prism thing that I was talking about earlier, but we're gonna see that very soon, though. But for now, a mini-boss, the Nano Assassin. Nova will die, the center will crumble, dust will consume New Zealand. Apparently even the robots cough in this game. Yeah, so we have a little mini-boss right here called the Nano Assassin. We're actually going to see him a lot of times later on in the game, but for now, what we gotta do is that we have to throw blocks at him in order to cause damage to him. So he does have a, admittedly pretty simple attack pattern. As a matter of fact, he's already dead. Yeah, he has a pretty simple attack pattern where he does go to very specific points on the screen, or he travels to very specific points. It's very easy to predict his movements, although as you damage him a lot more, he does get quicker and quicker. So at that point, it becomes a little bit more difficult to avoid his movements, and maybe a little bit harder to time his attacks as well, and also keep in mind that, as I mentioned before, Nova does walk a lot slower when she's holding an item in her vacuum. So shoot it at the Nano Assassin as fast as you possibly can once you pick it up. Also, if you run out of blocks to throw at the Nano Assassin, he will start spewing out blocks of his own, or he'll drop a block for you to throw at him. But that was pretty good, though. We took care of him pretty quickly. Nova will die, the center will crumble, dust will consume New Zealand. God, I can't even do a fake cough correctly, my god. I mean, how can you even fake a cough anyway? That seems like almost impossible to do. It's like trying to fake a laugh. You can't do it. It's not possible. Anyway, or at least I don't do a convincing one, because I'm an idiot. The Nano Cleaner. She exists, and she was born to dust, to clean, to rescue. May she protect all of us from harm. May the Nano Cleaner save New Zealand and its denizens from their fate. Yeah, and it just says the same thing. Okay, yeah, so, that's it. That's it for that level. Now we're gonna exit cyberspace and go back to the real world. Or at least, this game's real world, if that makes any sense. You're growing up so quickly. I didn't expect a challenge like this for quite some time, but I am so proud of you. Sadly, there are those who would seek to destroy New Zealand. Though we are all created by the center, the nanodust can inflict a kind of madness. Now perhaps, you can see the urgency of your mission. Nova, Take the elevator behind you up to the city, and always remember that you stand against the ever-encroaching crawl of degradation. Yeah, so, we're gonna be seeing that Nano Assassin a few more times later on in this video. The Dust Prism allows the nano dust you collect to blossom safely. Once it has blossomed, the clouds of dust can be recycled into energy by the center. Unfortunately, the Dust Prism was weakened by a great storm and cannot hold its full capacity of nano dust. That was before your time, little munchkin. Please collect rare cards to reinforce the Dust Prism. Welcome to the Prism Reinforcement Device, Nano Cleaner Nova. Please insert the cards you have collected so that the Dust Prism may be expanded. It would appear you don't have enough card power to increase the Prism's size. Nova, return with at least 4 cards. Yeah, so I'm just gonna tell you right now that I am gonna try to collect those 4 cards in, this video, by the way. I already figured out the exact path I want to take through this video, since I have already played, this game a little bit off screen. The 4 cards that I collected on my other save file, we're gonna be collecting them in this one too. That's the lower dust drop, Nova. I'll show you how to use it soon, but first, take the elevator outside. Yeah, so they won't allow you to use any of this stuff until you leave to go to the freaking, what was it even called again? I already don't remember, my god. We have to leave and go to the city, let's just say that. Yeah, we have to take this elevator upwards, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. Camera angle does change here. Actually, the controls do act a little bit wonky whenever the camera angle changes, at least at this point. Nova presses the console and it lights up in Weirs. Next stop, Center City C-Note. Yeah, so, in other words, the city, let's just say that. Here we are. Welcome to Center City C-Note, a vibrant community built into the walls of this sacred geological depression. Directly above Center Sanctuary is Dust Prism, which stores the nanodust you will collect. You may use the Dust Drop console in Center Sanctuary to deposit dust. Once sealed within the Dust Prism, the nanodust may blossom to its full scale without harming New Zealand. Once enough dust is accumulated in the Dust Prism, it will be sent to the center to be recycled into energy. But alas, before you were born, the Dust Prism was damaged in a terrible storm, and now it can only contain a small fraction of its full dust capacity. Because of this energy shortage, the Dust Dominion has advanced to the point where it is no longer safe to leave the city. You can see the storm still raging overhead. This is where you come in, Nova. The Dust Prism can be reinforced with rare and powerful cards that you can find while nano cleaning. Your first goal is to reinforce the Prism with 4 cards and fill it with 100cc nanodust. Or, in other words, 100 units of nanodust, I'm pretty sure. Then the center will be able to recycle the dust into energy and push back the storm, allowing you to leave Center City C-Note. Indeed, level up the Prism with cards. To sum it up, your mission is to search the city for people in need of cleaning, collect the dust and cards inside of them, then deposit those resources back in Center Sanctuary. Check your progress on the menu by pressing return. You're going to do an amazing job, Nova. Yeah, so when she says return, she essentially means the escape key, or the enter key, because again, both of them work. But now that we're here in the city, we have a little mini-map that we can view now, and that will show us where exactly some of the cards are located, actually. So you'll notice that there's 4 little icons on the mini-map right now. Those are actually places that we do need to go in order to find some of the cards. So yeah, we got level 1 Dust Prism right now, cards till next level 4. Goal, find cards and dust to clear the frontier storm above the city. So this is what we need the cards for. We needed to repair the Dust Prism. However, one thing that we can quickly go and do right now is that we can head on back to, the Center Sanctuary. Yeah, okay, that's what it was called. I'm forgetting the names of everything right now. Because we've now at least entered Center City C-Note, we can go back down here, and we can deposit some of the dust that we've already collected, because we already have 20 of them. Let's go do that very quickly, because I want to show this off. Right, talk to the console here. Welcome to the dust drop point. Let us deposit all the nano dust you found. Indeed, we've already found 20 of them. There we go. Dust progress 20 out of 100. You'll also notice that the Dust Prism does fill up slightly whenever you do that. Thank you for depositing dust, Nova. Please return soon. And you will be able to see your progress in Center City C-Note as well. You'll be able to see the little purple cylinder becoming larger and larger, basically, the more dust that you deposit. Pretty cool. Also, because the Dust Prism was damaged in that storm that Palisade was talking about earlier, we can only deposit up to 50 dust in the Dust Prism right now. In order to deposit a total of 100 dust, there is something else we gotta do in order to, repair the Dust Prism. Yeah, because in the state that the Dust Prism is currently in, we actually can't deposit 100 dust. We can only deposit about half of that. I'm gonna show you how exactly to repair the Dust Prism later on, though, but for now, We're going back to Center City C-Note, and we're gonna talk to some of the inhabitants there. So let's frickin' do it then. Let's do it. Just skip this. There we go. I at least like that it's a seamless transition. I mean, look at this. We're already back. No loading screens or anything. And there's all the dust that we've collected so far, filling up the dust prism. Actually, I should quickly go and save the game first. There we go. Your game was successfully saved. Okay, so I want to talk to this guy first, because this guy is just weird. I mean, a lot of the NPCs in this game have very unusual designs. I mean, what even is this? Like a duck? With a very elongated beak? Dolphin. Whoa, it's really you, Nova, the nano cleaner. Talk to me again, I'll tell you a fun fact. Your nano vacuum holds 60 units of dust. The blue bar in the pause menu shows how much you have. Just press return to view it. Also, deposit your dust in Center Sanctuary whenever it's getting full. Oh, get this. I heard that even after you clean the dust from someone, you can still shrink into them again if you need more dust. What's that? I know too much and it's weirding you out. That's because I'm your #1 fan, Nova. What? More tips? Well, okay. If you're having trouble, you can open the settings section of the pause menu to change difficulty options. Well, that's what this blog post said about you, at least. Oh, see that egg thing over to my right? You can save your game with it. Also, in the pause menu, you can read about the items and cards you have. The map also marks your position. Well, I ran out of useful tips, so here's a life tip. Don't toast your bread. Try microwaving it for 10 seconds. Life will never be the same. And right there we have the self-aware humor. We got the self-aware humor disguised as a life hack. Indeed, but the next NPC I would like to talk to is right over here. His name is Jellyvader, even though he looks more like a cactus. Also, does he have a clock on his hat? Yeah, it looks like he's wearing a sombrero. There's like a clock attached to it. Oh ho ho! Are you gonna get on the elevator? What? You don't know how? Well, see the down arrow on the left side of the elevator? You can talk to it to go down to Center Sanctuary. But, wait, there's more! See the up arrow on the right side? You can talk to it to leave C-Note and go up to the beautiful blue veil. That's right, this elevator goes both ways. I'm forbidden to step foot into Center Sanctuary or head out of C-Note. But I'll be watching you the whole way, whether you're going in or out. I've got no preference, I just love elevators. By the way, do you need an elevator pitch? I've got a bunch of them, but I can't use them. I can't ride the elevator after all. Maybe, I'm Nova, I love to clean nanodust. First cleaning's on me, shwoosha! Because that is now my catchphrase, apparently, shwoosha! Yes, I'm the magical girl with the vacuum cleaner and the ability to turn into a microscopic organism. Out here living my best life, clearly. LD, these hills get bigger every year, now I just can't make the walk anymore. I always told myself, distance is no bother, I can make the hike through the hills, it's no problem if it means seeing my dear friend, and yet, life conspires once again to separate us. First, different schools, then different jobs, and then different places to live. Nova, I know you must be busy, but if you have the chance, could you bring this package to my dear friend? She lives on the outskirts of a farming village, a bit outside of C-Note. She'll be in her home. Nova received a neatly tied package with a cream-colored bow. Once you deliver it, please let me know. Thank you so much. Oh, Nova, please bring that package as soon as you can, my friend. Okay, yeah, I already know that. Also, I like how Nova was just staring in the opposite direction the entire time we were talking to her. Freaking rude. But yeah, this was the side quest thing that I was talking about, so we are under no obligation to deliver this as fast as possible, just deliver it whenever we can. Besides, I think LD's friend is in a location that we can't actually enter right now. Yeah, a package from LD addressed to her friend who lives near a farming village on the outskirts of C-Note. Also, because we have more items now in our inventory, we can look at them, or we can check their descriptions. The Glandalox seed has grown tendrils deep into Nova's head, so that the center may directly communicate with and even channel its power to Nova at certain times. The Centerberry Burst cereal. With this cereal, a Glandalox seed will have all the carbs it needs to make a home in Nova's head. The Yolk Milk. With this, a Glandalox seed will have all center-approved nutrients needed to spread far and wide inside Nova's head. The Reguloid Personal Edition. The Reguloid will adapt Nova's head into the perfect environment for a thriving Glandalox seed. We still don't have any cards yet though, so we still can't do anything with that right now. For now though, let's go talk to these NPCs over here. Taking too long to get around, Nova? Now that you're out in the open, try using your ride scale form to zoom around the city. Press tab to enter and exit ride scale form, hold X to accelerate, hold Z to move back or to reverse, or sorry, hold Z or move back to reverse, press C to engage cruise control. There are some places you cannot enter ride scale. If using a controller, it is highly recommended to use X to accelerate. If you forget a control, you can double check them in the settings menu. Oh yes, Nova, one more thing. Sometimes if you talk to people twice, they have new things to say. Be sure to talk often. Yes, I've already documented that before though, but yes, if you press the tab key, you transform into a car. Kinda looks like what was that vehicle called from Star Fox 64? The Landmaster or something along the lines of that? That's what that looks like. That's what this reminds me of. Indeed, so you can just kind of drive around the city and crash into people with it. Yeah, and as they mentioned before, you do have a cruise control button. If you press the C key, you can just maintain your speed so you don't have to constantly, oh god, what in the world? Okay, I'm sorry, I freaked out there for a moment because my car was about to fall into the ocean. Yeah, but as I was saying, you have a cruise control button if you don't want to constantly hold down the X key. You can also use the arrow keys as well. Using the up and down arrow keys will also cause your car to accelerate. For now, though, I would like to talk to these people over here. Indeed, you can also exit the vehicle and return to your natural form whenever you want to by just pressing the tab key again. Oh, are you Nova, the nano cleaner saving the world from the nanodust? Amethea, who are you talking to? Nova, you're the nano cleaner? I think my daddy's starstruck. I believe in you. I really, really do. Daddy, look, she's the nano cleaner. She can save anything. Maybe. That's enough, Amethea. We can't be putting our personal worries on her. I'm sure she's very busy. Indeed, I am very busy because my entire job right now is to literally save the world, so of course I am busy. I have no time to chit-chat. Anyway, I'm just gonna shapeshift into a race car and be on my merry way now. Okay, we want to go over this way to talk to more NPCs because why not? Like, for instance, how about we try talking to this guy first? What do you have to say? Shrew Rivers. When the fog descends into C-Note and you look from here, the lake appears infinite as the horizon fades to fog. Feels like I'm right near the ocean. Ah. But I know it's not there. There's no smell of the sea. I have to imagine. I suppose a glimpse of beauty is better than nothing. Yeah, something that I do want to mention about this water right here. If you end up falling into this water, which it is possible to do, it'll just reset you back to your previous position. I don't think it damages you either. Okay, that's not what I meant to do at all. I didn't mean to... Oh, no. Oh, God, wait. Okay, so I can transform back into my original form, even when I'm in midair. Okay, I thought for a moment I got myself trapped in an infinite loop of death. Okay, that really scared me there for a minute. But what I was trying to do was that, I was trying to go into the pause menu to show you that you don't get damaged whenever that happens. If you fall into the water, it just resets you at your previous position. Doesn't damage you whatsoever, so don't worry about it too much. I mean, the only way you could accidentally fall into the ocean anyway is when you're in your Landmaster, as I'm just gonna call it from now on. You know, sometimes when you crash into a wall, occasionally it'll stop you, but other times it doesn't. It doesn't seem like that actually stops your momentum. Yeah, you maintain your momentum even when you crash into a wall in your vehicle form, which is really weird. And whenever you collide with tiny slabs like this right here, sometimes it'll stop you, but if you built up enough speed, then it'll only stop you for maybe a second, and then your ride scale will go careening over the wall and down into the drink. Yeah, I don't know, the game's collision detection can be a little bit wonky at times, but that's only usually when you're in your ride scale form. But other than that, the collision is still pretty solid. Oh god, did I just make a pun about hit detection? Okay, I need to just move on. Okay, these people over here. Let's go and meet these people. What do you have to say, buddy boy? Mulford. Really, Shelley, you know how I despise small talk? I much prefer to discuss the socio-cultural impacts of the current meteorological phenomena, which prevents departure from Center City C-Note. And then we go and talk to Shelley. So how about this dust storm we've been having? Sure is some weather, huh? That's literally all he says. You're not useful in the slightest. Why do you even exist in this game? Oh god, okay, yeah. There's this creature over here who is just, like, nightmare fuel. Best way I can describe him. Let's go talk to him. I mean, look at this creature, man. This is the stuff that nightmares are made out of. Puzzled pedestrian. I don't know how to sit on this bench. Yeah, this bench right here. I don't think Nova knows how to sit down either, because she's constantly standing up. What happens if I convert into the land? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, just right on the bench then, I guess. In my vehicle form. We have one other NPC right here. Adultpreciator, and he says, "Ah, don't you just love these beautiful white trees? Their pure, serene dignity reminds me of the ancient stone statues, which were never painted any gaudy colors. Indeed, all the trees here look like they're just covered in a thin layer of ice. I'm not entirely sure what the explanation behind that is, though. I don't think the game ever says it outright. I believe those are all of the NPCs we can talk to on the lower portion of Center City C-Note, so we can go and talk to this kid over here on the upper level, where there is an actual road, and he says, what do you say? Spooked kid. Eek, I hear some creepy coughing from this building with the green lights. I bet it's haunted. You'll go check it out, right? Well, as a matter of fact, we can actually go and enter that building right now, and you know what? I think we will, because there is actually another card that we can get inside this building. But first and foremost, there's actually something that I never noticed before. Who is this? Wait, what in the world? Hello, we have a giant kid? I actually didn't notice this before. Excuse me? Who are you? Can I talk to you first? Big boy. Welcome to part 3 of the C-Note tour. I'm my own landmark. I am the big boy of C-Note. By finding me, you will have prosperity for the next year. Well, actually, I'm here to show you C-Note Wall, the bluish-gray one. Not the one behind me. This wall defies physics, in fact. You can jump up it even if you are not athletically endowed. Truly, a testimony to living beings' endless determination to overcome challenges, even if what lay on the other side has no material value. Okay, so he's part 3. Now, I do know that there are a couple of other NPCs that will also describe certain aspects of Center City C-Note as well. We'll talk to them later, but wait, can we actually do this? Hang on a second. I know I'm getting a little off track right now, but I just want to see if this actually works. Actually, I'm not even sure which wall they're referring to. Is he referring to this one? Hang on a second. Ah, okay. I see where you're getting at. Yeah, that's the wall that defies the laws of physics. Okay, wait. Is there something up here that I could potentially grab? Like maybe an item? Oh god, I don't think I can jump up there, actually. Well, this at least gives you a nice vantage point of the dust storm up above. So that's great. You can at least see the clouds swirling above. Indeed, we're trapped inside a hurricane right now. Gotta try and get rid of that, and we need cards to do that. We need cards in order to get rid of it. Actually, it does look like there's a person on top of one of those pillars over there. Okay, how exactly can we get to them though? Because I don't think we can just glide over to them, because I don't think we get enough airtime from that. Actually, wait a minute. We don't need a big ledge jump. There's actually some stairs right here. We can just jump up. Okay, I never noticed this before though. I didn't know that this was here. Okay, I want to talk to you because I did not see you before when I came here for the first time. So what do you have to say? Sad Rock. Wow, did you follow me all the way over here? As a reward, I will give you $5,000. Huh? No, not dollars. I don't have any money. Dollar means sadness or grief in Latin. I will tell you 5,000 sadnesses because you followed me. Wow, okay, so in other words, you're a completely useless NPC that was only put here to troll me. Great. Well, I mean, there's a save point over here, so I might as well go and get it. Yeah, let's just go and grab the save. Actually, no, this is not a save point. What is this? Nova got an enhancement patch. Her maximum health while in nanoscale has been increased. Oh. So now I have 7 points of health. Ooh, okay. Well, I guess it was a good thing that I came up here anyway, though, because, yeah, there was a health pickup, I guess a permanent health pickup, that I could have grabbed when I came here the first time. Okay, well that's good. I was not aware that was there. Alright, I guess that was a good thing that I ended up getting distracted. But anyway, I do want to go inside this creepy house right now, because there is actually a card that we can collect in here. So I want to go and explore this place first. Yeah, so you'll notice that this guy has a lot of lamps. He has lamps on his floor, his wall, his ceiling. He's just like a collector of lamps, for goodness sakes. Talk to him. A lump shudders softly beneath the stained and slimy bed dressings. Nova will rather not disturb the occupant and slowly backs away. Yeah, so that's the only bit of interaction you have with this guy, so we can start to walk away, but then, as Nova begins to walk away, she is startled by a sudden gruff voice. So, you're just going to stomp through my bedroom with your muddy boots and then leave? Ark. Gurgle. Nova turns to see Mysteria Weasel's head rise from beneath the bed covers. The weary figure continues to expel harsh, wet coughs. Nova bows her head in shame and glances around frantically. It is difficult to say what mess she may have caused, so she begins to shuffle about, attempting to tidy the room generally. "Stop touching my lampshade collection," Mysteria Weasel snaps. "Come over here. I need to talk to you." So let's go over and talk to him. "Do you like lampshades?" "Some of these lampshades are worth a lot of money. But who cares about money? It's all about the artistry. You see that one? Don't touch it with your grubby little fingers. That was my grandmother's lampshade. See the exquisite lace patterning around the brim?" Talk to him again. "It's good to meet a fellow lampshade buff. You really do like lampshades, don't you? Thinking of taking one for yourself while I'm not looking, are you? Who would notice or care if you took advantage of a miserable, weak-old coot? That's what you're thinking, aren't you?" "They don't make lampshades like these anymore. You wouldn't know. You're young and strong, and you think that you'll live forever. But eventually, things fall apart and people leave you, and they kick your shins on their way out. They steal your lampshades. I can't even remember anymore all the lampshades that are gone. Out of sight, out of mind. What is in sight anymore for me? I've got a good feeling about you. I need you to do something for me. Please clean the dust from my lungs." "What, do you need a lampshade in return or something? You can have the retro frill model in mint green. I've already got one of those. Have you ever nano-cleaned before? Don't make it worse." The air is thick with the presence of nanodust. "Nova, spark this being and forge a connection. Clean them, and change their fate. Shrink forth, nano-cleaner Nova." Yep, so we have to go inside this guy's body. However, this actually introduces us to a brand new gameplay mechanic, because before we can enter his body, we have to play a little bit of a mini-game here. Nanodust is pushing Nova away from the Cleanie. Colored bullets will arc at you as you approach the Cleanie. Use up, right, down, and left keys to activate Nova's shield, according to where you feel the attack is coming from. Feel the directions, feel the colors. Good luck. Dimension dive start. Yeah, so in order to actually get to the Cleanie and enter their body so we can rid their bodies of dust, there's a little mini game we have to play right here, where we have to use our shield in order to deflect some bullets. And we have to, we have to change the position of the shield, or I guess the direction of the shield, depending on where the bullets are coming from. They're all color-coded, so you can easily tell which direction they are coming from, up, down, left, or right. So we're gonna enter this guy's body right here. Got a nice little transition. Now we're actually entering an esophagus. Indeed, toxic chemicals line the walls of the decrepit lunghouse, causing fits of coughing. So now we're gonna enter this dungeon, Mysteria Weasel. As you can see, the inside of his lungs are apparently a house. This guy has an entire house stored inside his body, apparently. Yeah, that Dimension Dive minigame is a little bit difficult to describe. I'll talk about it in further detail when we encounter it again, because we will be encountering it again later on. But for now, save point. There we go. Get that health back. So we do have a different type of slime right here. We have a little slime that has a mustache, and it spews toxic gas everywhere, and it will damage us if we collide with it. And I do believe that sucking him up will also damage us too, so we just have to avoid him altogether. Yeah, but that's what I meant when I said that there would be new types of slimes that we would be encountering later on. That's one of them. The old fart slime, as I like to call it. But we go up here, and you'll also notice that there is a little bit of a mini-map that gets filled in at the bottom right corner of the screen, the more rooms that you encounter, or I guess the more rooms that you discover. Yeah, they will be added to your mini-map to show you which parts of the dungeon that you've already explored. This strange block seems to have a keyhole. This one also does too. Yeah, so there's a couple of keys that we need to find in order to knock this barrier down. So, what we would like to do is that we have to go to this side. We have to go to the right first. You'll notice that there is another room that we could potentially enter, I think? I don't think I've ever managed to find a way to enter that room yet, though. I believe we would like to go down here. So we have this little enemy right here that launches, launches like little poisonous balls at us. We can't get rid of it though, so we have to just avoid it altogether. One thing that we do have to do right here though is that we have to, we had to line it up perfectly with that little, the little switch right there in order to knock down that gate, so we can move on. Some of the 2D dungeons do contain puzzles that we need to solve using some of these little enemies that launch projectiles at us. Other times we just have to avoid them altogether. So we gotta time this perfectly, gotta get out of the way very quickly. There we go. We can block them off by pressing that switch, rising that gate up. And we open this, we actually found one of the keys. So now, we have to go all the way back. Oh god, there we go. Indeed, we have to go all the way back up this ladder. We can save in the meantime. We can go over here to pick up some of this dust, and I mean, we are definitely going to need this dust. We are definitely going to need it for later, so we want to go up this ladder right now, because I'm trying to remember where exactly we are supposed to go. I think we are supposed to go over here. So, now we have another type of slime, baby slimes. These slimes you do not want to destroy at all, because if you do end up destroying one of them, that will cause a gate to rise, and you won't be able to progress, so then you'll have to reset the screen. So leave these poor guys alone, because they're doing no harm, they don't even attack you at all. However, if you do run into them, they will damage you, and I think if you try to suck them up, they'll still damage you. So you gotta just avoid them at all costs, pretty much. Oh yeah, you have to make sure that that little cannon guy right there doesn't hit one of the baby slimes either, otherwise that will also cause a gate to rise up, and then you have to reset again. You'll have to reset that particular screen. I do want to pick up a block right here, though, and I want to inch my way very carefully, because I want to destroy the spiky guy right here. Yeah, the spiky boy, which will bring down that gate up above, which will allow us to go up this ladder. Pick up some more dust in the meantime. Just gonna go past him. You'll also notice that the little slime guys do move very slowly. I'm not sure if he like tries to target you directly or not. I don't believe he does. It kind of seems like he's just moving back and forth actually. So I think we're good. We do have both keys, which means we can just go back now. We can just go back to the previous room. There we go. Just go past the slimes right here. Yeah, we have to go down this ladder, because I believe, I mean, I could just save very quickly as well. Yeah, we want to go back down over this way, go back up this ladder, and now we can enter the keys into the keyhole, which will bring down both gates, allowing us to continue on. Okay, so now we're gonna have to move very fast right here, because, okay, well, yeah, this is what I meant. As you can see, yeah, the baby slimes are getting destroyed, and it causes the gate to rise up, but what we have to do is that we have to move very quickly here, because we want to oh my god, okay, you know what, okay, somehow that did not actually cause me to die, or that didn't cause me to get damaged, but hang on a second. We have to move very quickly right here, because these slimes that spew out the purple gas, or not the purple gas, the toxic gas, I mean, yeah. Kill them quickly, otherwise they're gonna kill the baby slimes and we won't be able to move on. We have to reset the entire freaking, the entire screen. And, I do want to, oh god, okay, yeah. See, this is also what I meant. If you run into one of them, that too will also cause damage to you. Okay, so I guess when you vacuum up the slimes that spew toxic gas, they don't actually damage you. I thought they did, though. Well, I know that there are certain slimes that will definitely damage you. The one that spews out, like, the little bullets, the pollen bullets. There's also another type of slime that will damage you if you try to suck them up. Okay, yeah, and speaking of the guys with the pollen bullets, how you doing? I gotta kill you very quickly. There we go, very nice indeed. I'm not actually sure where exactly I came from. Did I come from over here? I don't even remember. I think I did? Wait, where exactly did I come from? Okay, I came from the right side of the screen. My god, I am like... Okay, I'm kind of losing my mind right now. I have to go up this ladder. Yes, there's another checkpoint right here, because we are going to be fighting the Nano Assassin again, and this time we have some, he has some henchmen from dust. I arise, Nova must die, the center must crumble, Yeah, this guy is, like, having a coughing fit, my goodness. Wanna, like, maybe drink some water, for goodness sake. Oh my god. Yeah, again, you can destroy the blocks with other blocks. I'm not sure if, I mean, I would imagine that he probably damages you if he runs right into you. That's what I'm trying not to do right now, though. There we go. I just want to cause some damage to him. I want to cause some good old damage. There we go. Very nice indeed. I'm just gonna take this. Okay, apparently I got stuck in between the blocks that time. Okay, well, he's dead anyway. Yeah, it doesn't take that many hits to kill. I think he only takes, like, maybe 6 or 7 hits. I failed, but Nova will fail. The center will fail. And I'm dead. Done. Yeah, well, unfortunately, these slime guys are not, so go away. Okay, really? They didn't even collide with anything. Like, how the heck? It just, like, blew up right in my face. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, you see this thing right here? Yeah, we have to vacuum this up, because this will give us 12 dust, but it also ends the level. Yeah, and this causes the Glandalox seed to kind of go a little bit insane. Mysteria Weisel. You don't know what it's like to have a life and then to see it crumble before your eyes. That's what the dust does. It grows and grows by eating up who you are meant to become. Nova, you've done a good thing here. My lungs are much better now. Maybe I'll be able to finish writing my lampshade book now. Did you ever clean up the dirt you tracked into my bedroom? You know, the center itself once sent me a special lampshade, with unbelievable symmetry, in recognition of my work cataloging and appreciating lampshades. Thank you, Nova. I really appreciate what you've done here. I mean it sincerely. You can have any lampshade you like. Well, as long as it's the retro frill model in mint green. I've already got one of those, see? Thank you, Nova. Goodbye. Indeed. Nova feels the Glandalox seed pulsating inside of her. It channels the center's power, transforming the deadly dust crystal into a card. Now we have the card. Unfortunately, we can't pick up that dust in the corner because the level just ends once you pick up the card. And also, you pick up the card automatically too, so you don't have a choice in the matter. There's Palisade again. Yeah, so we have one card now. We're gonna get the other 3 that I got on my other save file. Congratulations on your first card, Nova. I can tell you'll be a wonderful nano cleaner for the people of New Zealand. By the way, Nova, be sure to take a break if you're feeling tired. Collecting cards is important, but so is your well-being. Yeah, so, I think we can talk to her again, okay. I thought they were gonna start talking to us again, automatically, but apparently not. Thank you for your help, Nova. Can you help me finish my lampshade book? I'm trying to decide what categorization system to use. You know, the pleated cream model is in the wrong place. I didn't move it. I'm just going to say, Nova, I really need my lampshades to stay in the place that I put them so that I can keep track of everything. Yeah, so we did actually get an item from that. We did get the mint green lamp. A mint green lamp with retro frills from Mysteria Weisel. A fake based on a more prestigious model. It does not smell like mint. I'm not entirely sure what the point of this inventory item is exactly. I don't know if it's even useful for anything in the future. We do have a card though. We have Mysteria Weisel. The body is like a lampshade. Our true light is constrained and dim by our physical forms, and yet, these same forms allow us to look at each other. Life is a cruel joke. Yeah, you'll also notice that it says Anger of Isolation on his card as well. I'm not sure if that's meant to describe the type of pain that that particular character is going through when the nanodust is infecting them. Not entirely sure what that means. You'll also notice that his card is actually card number 3, so we kind of did this out of order. He was actually, you know, the 3rd guy that we were meant to clear of nanodust, but again, you can do this in whichever order you want. It doesn't matter. The game does not care. Now that we have that card, though, we can just leave now, because our business is done here. We have nothing else to do, so we're just gonna leave. We have nothing else to do here, at least. However, there are more people in Center City C-Note that need to be cleansed of dust, so we're gonna go and cleanse them from their insides. Or we're gonna go cleanse their insides, I should say. So the next place that we can go to collect another card is over here near this construction site. So we're just gonna talk to this person over here. And you will notice that there is actually someone on top of the construction site. Also, the construction site is apparently a skeleton of some sort of creature. They're constructing a very weird building here. Also, I like the little pylon that's stacked on top of a much larger pylon. Yeah, let's talk to this NPC first, the construction worker, who kind of looks like the 2 other NPCs that I talked to before, or actually 4 of them. Ugh, there's some big angry person up on the construction site. Let me tell ya, people have got no respect for the sanctity of the construction site. Look at the treatment of construction sites in the media. Just a backdrop to get used and abused in an explosive action sequence. Listen, just because construction sites are unfinished buildings doesn't mean they're disposable. How would you like it if a construction scene performed an explosive action sequence inside of you? Well, I mean, that's what we're about to do, basically, to that person up there who's throwing a temper tantrum. So that being said, let's go and help him out, shall we? Yeah, so we do have a little bit of a platforming section right here. We have to, yeah, we have to jump on top of the trusses, basically. I mean, it's a pretty simple platforming section. Look, we've already made it to them. Done. Yeah, so they're kind of just throwing a fit right about now, so let's talk to them, see what's troubling them. Bran Maligden, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, again. Why would you come here to my hideaway? You're trying to stoke my rage and turn me into a disgusting monster. Why are you still standing here, Nano Cleaner? Did you come here to gawk? Go away! The heaving beast, Bran Maligden, screams at Nova, but screaming is not enough. She stomps the platform and pounds her fists, rattling the skeletal structure around her. Nova stands frozen in terror. Is she going about this nano-cleaning business all wrong? Nova feels ashamed for making Bran so angry, for not approaching more tactfully. She wonders if maybe the center was wrong to trust her with such an important task. Suddenly, crash! A slab of concrete falls from above, breaking into pieces across the creature's head. You think that's pretty funny, don't you? Bran screams. Ding dong, the Wicked Witch is crushed! Ahaha! I got what I deserved, that's what you're thinking! Nova cannot imagine anything less funny than Bran Maligdan's pain. But maybe Bran can see something about Nova that she herself cannot. Perhaps there is an ugliness inside of Nova that she has not yet learned to recognize. I need help, Bran Maligdan says suddenly, quietly. Please, clean me. The air is thick with the presence of nanodust, and also repetitive dialogue. Yeah, it just says the same thing every single time. So, we already know what to do. Hit him with some spark. Oh my god, I'm like hitting him right in the crotch with those sparks. I apologize profusely. Indeed, so we're gonna do the Dimension Dive minigame again here. Indeed, so the color code works like this. Green is down, pink is right, blue is left, yellow is up. That's all you gotta know. This is kind of like a rhythm game almost, but not quite because I don't think it's synced up to the music. Actually, it's not synced up to the music at all. So, yeah, this is just like a neat little mini game that you have to play, and then you can enter the inside of their body. There we go. Got a nice little spin to win sequence right here. Very nice indeed. We're gonna shrink down, and we're gonna begin the second level right here. Despite the fact that we can just complete this in any order we want. Infernal Bleeding. A barbed tower has risen above the lava-soaked gutscape, painfully piercing its host. I think the game actually considers this the fourth level, if I'm not mistaken. At least of, you know, the Center City C-Note area. So, let's do it. Also, there is some crazy bass in this song right here, and I freaking love it to death. Yeah, so we gotta... I forgot the controls there for a minute. Gotta go and pick up some more dust. Okay, this is one of the more difficult levels, though, of Anodyne 2, I will say. So that little, fire slime right there... So, yeah, this little fire slime will damage you if you pick it up. Yeah, so now we are getting introduced to fire slimes. They are going to be very prominent throughout this entire level. So I think what we want to do... Yeah, you'll also notice that we have these little cannons that fire flames at us now, or that fire fireballs. Yeah, they're the same cannons that we saw in the previous level, but they launch fireballs at us now, and they have a slightly different palette color. I don't think we can suck them up, though. No, we actually cannot. Okay, I got damaged by that when I really should not have. Yeah, they're the exact same enemy, except they just launch a different type of projectile at you. Except the projectile still only does, like, 1 bit of damage. Or it only does 1 point of damage. Yeah, so, in order to, get past that gate right there, we have to trick the enemy into hitting the gate with a fireball. It'll burn down the gate, and then we can move on with our lives. Yep, it'll just open up the way. There is actually another checkpoint right there. So these gates we all have to bring down, and I know exactly how to do it. So we also have a water slime right here. So the water slimes can be used to douse fire, of course, which I'm gonna show off right here. There we go. Just, yeah, just launch it in the direction of the fire, and just douses it. Only for a couple of seconds, though, so once the fire gets extinguished, you need to get a move on very quickly, otherwise it will come back, and it'll burn you right to a crisp. So, over here, okay, yeah, we gotta be a little bit careful about this right here, though, because I don't want to get hit by these fireballs. There we go, very nice indeed. I don't want the slime to get hit by fireballs either, because that's gonna turn them into a fire slime. So, I think what I would... Oh my god, dude, seriously? Okay. What I would like to do is... I mean, we could just do this as well. Yeah, there we go. Take one of them down, and I can actually heal myself again. Okay, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. Burn that gate down. Okay, so this is kind of a difficult, well, it's not really that difficult of a level, or like a... Not difficult of a, God, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not difficult of a screen. What we gotta do is that, as you can see, yeah, on every tile that we step on, there's a little bit of fire that rises above. Yeah, it rises directly above us where we're standing, and if we don't move out of the way in time, then it will damage us. We're gonna hit that switch, we're gonna get this key right here, gonna pick up this dust. Now what I think we gotta do is that we have to, yeah, we have to go down this way. We have to extinguish this guy with the water slime. We couldn't do it with the other one, though, because the thing about holding items in your vacuum is that the item that you're currently holding in your vacuum will disappear if you decide to transition to another screen. So the items or the enemies cannot travel with you across screens, unfortunately. You can talk to this guy right here. What are you looking at, vacuum girl? Think I'm being unreasonable, huh? Think I'm getting too upset? Yeah, well, maybe if someone stopped slacking off and did their job, maybe I wouldn't be angry. Ever think of that, Vac Hack? Well, excuse me, but I'm the one who's trying to save all of you. Actually, wait a second. This guy is not supposed to be, is not supposed to be doused already, is he? Fires? Yeah? Expecting me to calm down with this dust floating around? Dust Nova, that's the problem. Clean it. Do better. Okay, I'm pretty sure that he was not already supposed to be doused. So why was he already doused when I came down here? Did I just discover a bug? I'm pretty sure I did. Because he was already doused when he really should not have been. That's weird. But moving on, either way. There we go, want to bring that down. So now I want to go over to the right side, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I want to go over here. I'm gonna bring that key to the other keyholes later, but for now, we got work to do. We got stuff to do. I want to bring this water slime with me. Yeah, by the way, the water slime will damage you if you run directly into it. So I wanna hit this. There we go. Yeah, so this enemy right here is actually controlling the fire underneath your feet, and once you douse him with water, then the fire will no longer attack you. What does he say? Keep looking this way. Try me. Yeah, think I won't? Well, you won't anymore, because now you're frozen, buddy boy. I've turned you into a stone, so now you can't do crap to me. Good. Okay, so what I think I would like to do here is that I do want to bring one of these slimes with me. I want to, yeah, turn him into a flame. There we go. Yeah, that one just requires proper timing, because this little enemy right here does not move at all, I don't think. Yeah, you have to launch the slime at the gate, but you have to time it correctly so that he ends up hitting the flame and turns into a fire slime, and then you can burn down the gate and move on. It's very nice. So that just requires a bit of proper timing. I'm just gonna douse him immediately. Oh god, I forgot. This guy actually requires 2 dousings. There we go. There we go. We can get our health back. What does he say now? Ah, no matter how many of these slimes I kill, that gate never opens. I want to set those annoying blobs ablaze, melt them down to a thick jam, spread them on my toast. Now then, why would that gate open? So this guy right here is actually referring to this screen, if I'm not mistaken, which this rock will also explain to us. This gate hates slimes, but it doesn't want to see them die. What we gotta do here is that we actually have to do the opposite of what we are normally supposed to do. We have to light all the slimes on fire, actually, in order to bring that gate down. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So we're gonna just light them all on fire, please. There we go, now the gate is down. So now we can move on with our lives. Very good indeed. And now we have the final key. We can bring this switch down, and this gate, okay, no, this actually leads us to a place we've already been to. But, wait, where are we supposed to go to again? How are we supposed to get back to the central area? Because I already don't remember. Okay, I guess we are at the central area, actually. So put that keyhole in there. Yeah, because we need to use it to bring down these gates, because we can now go down this ladder, and yeah, we have another nano assassin. Nova will be stopped. Engaging incineration protocol. Yep, so he's surrounded by walls of fire, but we still have yeah, our blocks at our disposal. I mean, the nano assassins are not very difficult to defeat because they have a very predictable attack pattern, and if you're fast enough, yeah, you can like attack them multiple times on the same cycle. Stop, can't move, mission failed, game over, you suck, oh god, I'm dead. There we go. Yeah, can you actually extinguish the flames with the blocks? Okay, no, you cannot. You cannot do that at all. Alright, so now we go down here. We got some more dust that we can pick up. Yeah, this looks like the exact same place we were at before, at the very beginning of the level. We're actually not, though. We're at one of these weird, creepy things again. That's gonna give us more dust. Nice, 51. Very good indeed. And we're done with that level. We have cured Brand Maligdan of, you know, what was ailing them. Where did the anger begin? It's impossible to say, but if the dust had not arrived, I would never have reached this point, drowning in my own rage. Like a soft buzzing sound or a faint red light, slowly growing in intensity, I was hardly aware of what was happening until it was too late. Then I felt like there was nothing I could do but scream and shake. I became so foul and ugly in my rage. Thank you, Nova, for helping me to find peace. And we have the card again. This just shows us the exact same dialogue, so we're gonna skip it. There we go. I was pressing the shift key by accident. My god. Okay, very good. I'm very good at recording videos, guys. 9 years and I still have no clue what the hell I'm doing. There we go. We're back. We're back. And Nova is kind of injured right now, actually. Wow, that's 2 out of 4 cards that we'll need to level up the Dust Prism. Oh, Nova, you're hurt. Nova quickly straightens her posture and shakes her head no. Please don't push yourself too hard. You are still so young. Remember, I'll be around Center Sanctuary if you ever need me. While you're there, you can deposit your stored dust and leave with a spring in your step. It's better not to carry around a full tank for any longer than you need to. Yeah, so I think what I'll probably do is that I'm gonna deposit all the dust that I currently have, because it is getting full. And I can also show that we only have, 50 dust that we can deposit right now. Because once we get all 4 cards, then that will repair the part of the Dust Prism that will allow us to finally deposit 100 dust and allow us to leave. But let's just talk to Brand Malignant quickly again. Huh? Why was I angry? I don't understand why you're asking me that. With the dust gone, I'm no longer so disgusting and full of bitter rage. And that's all they say. So let's just fall down and survive, because there's no fall damage in this game, apparently. Right, so now that we're back here, I'm gonna very quickly deposit, some of the remaining nano dust that I currently have. So we made it up to 50. You've worked so hard, Nova. In fact, you have more dust than the Dust Prism can hold right now. For now, why don't you keep the extra dust in your tank until you find enough cards to upgrade the prism? Indeed. So now this part of the prism that isn't destroyed, yeah, now it's filled up completely. So now we're not going to be able to deposit more dust until we get that upper section of the prism repaired with the 4 cards that we needed, and we only have 2 right now. Also, you see that red blob over in the background? Remember him for later, because we will be meeting up with that guy pretty soon, because he actually has one of the cards that we needed, so we're gonna go pay him a visit in just a bit. Alright, so now that we have the second card, we can make our way over here to these NPCs that I can just crash right into, and that somehow doesn't cause them to just blow up. The Chanting Kids. Dust, dust, dirty dust. Clean behind your ears, you must. If you don't, you will die. Dust, dust, dirty dust. Well, I mean, in this universe, that's not inaccurate. There's this other NPC we can talk to here. What does he say? Ooh, tired jelly, sir. I finally made it out of those maze-like alleys. Huh? You're about to go in there. Sounds crazy, but I suppose you are the nano cleaner. If you're looking to clean, perhaps you should follow the mud. Yeah, so we have to go inside these maze-like alleyways because there's another card we need to collect. Indeed, so he's telling us, I should say, to follow the mud, which is exactly what we're gonna do. So what we gotta do here is that we have to jump on these dumpsters, and we have to use our double jump ability in order to get over the fences. Yeah, and all the terrain that has mud on it, well, those are the parts that we need to follow. So that means we have to go over here now, because there's more mud. Indeed. Got a little bit more platforming that we gotta do. There we are. And now we have whatever the hell this is supposed to be. Hello, welcome to one of the more disturbing parts of the game. What does this guy say? Chupley Guam. If only I had a football made of my own skin, then it would never truly be pulled away from me. Is that so? Okay, what do you have to say? Pupliguam, happiness is a warm puddle of piss, if I had to guess. This guy who's eating dog food, apparently. Oh god, why can't I talk to him? Here we go. Suppliguam. Good grief, I can't stand it. Day after day, the same food in the same dish. This guy? Guamina Guabbleden Guam? Squirk, squirk, squirk. Have you ever heard of the rooting reflex? If you touch a baby on the cheek, they will cheer for the home team. Interesting factoid, but we want to talk to, the parent right here. Let's look up at the... Oh my lord. Okay. Again, I still love the lighting effects, but my god. Great Guam. Nova, thank you for listening to my children. The great squirming creature hangs its head and speaks in a low rumble. Oh, the mud feels cool and calming to our skin, prickled as we are by fever and eczema. In this dark and still corner of the alleys... Also, can worms actually get eczema? I'm kind of interested to know now. I don't know, are some non-human creatures affected by the same sorts of skin conditions that humans can be affected by? Now I'm genuinely curious. Anyway, in this dark and still corner of the alleys, Nova hears the soft squishing sounds of the Guams writhing and turning. She shivers at the faint groans that they emit while pressing their delicate pink skins into the muck. Now the great Guam lifts its head and stares off at an imaginary horizon, tears glistening in the corners of her eyes. I hear a distant echo from the past, the shadow of a misremembered song, she says, slowly growing in intensity. We Guams were once proud and beautiful, she proclaims, or else the center would have never created us. The Great Guam turns to Nova and says, "It is the dust. The dust has caused us to forget ourselves, and now all we have left is to ease our discomfort by rolling in the filth. Please, Nano Cleaner Nova, clean us so we may understand the Center's plan once again." Yeah, and it just tells us the exact same thing, gives us the same prompt. Yeah, we have to, light a spark inside of them so then we can travel inside their bodies. Here we go. Let's do it then. Yeah, we have to do another Dimension Dive minigame, by the way. So let's do it then. There we go. Just fire more crystals at us that we have to deflect. Let's do it. Dimension Dive, start. Left, down, right, down. And by the way, if the crystals do manage to make contact with you, that will not damage you. It just pushes you back a little bit. So you have to just, like, time this perfectly, pretty much. And that's about it. Also, there is, like, a little indication showing you how close you are to beating the minigame. You might have noticed that there's a little street light that's, or there's, like, a little lion on the road that actually shows you when exactly the minigame ends. Like, that's the point you have to get to in order to enter your host's body, as it was. Tardigrade amnesia. In the lower levels of the brain lurk shameful secrets. Indeed. We're in Great Guam now. So now what we are basically inside of is a kitchen. Yeah, so we're gonna save here quickly. Yeah, but there's usually like a faint yellowish line in the road that shows you where exactly the minigame ends. Like, that's the point you have to get to in order to end the minigame and go inside the body of your host in order to cleanse them of dust. So with that being said, let's go and do it then. This one is a little bit more complicated. Yeah, we have little slimes in here, of course, which we can just go and destroy. And we're gonna have to, because we need some of that dust. We don't need these health crystals, though, because we're already at full health. Yeah, so there's two different paths we can take. We can go to the right, which I think we can actually do right about now. Yeah, you'll notice that there's these little, like, I don't know, I guess... I think these are worms, actually. Yeah, these little either worms or mole rats that are like, digging deep inside of the mud right here. You have to make them pop out by getting close to them, and then you have to destroy them. Yeah, and then the gate will come down. So let's go through here first. Also, this is gonna be a little interesting. Oh god. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna pick you up. Okay, I still got damaged by it either way, but he's still dead. There we go. I managed to recover that health. I'm gonna pick you up, and I am gonna launch you over that. Yeah, because we can't go beyond this. This is actually an obstacle right here. So we have to launch that enemy over said obstacle to destroy that slime so we can continue onwards. I'm gonna get this dust in the meantime. There we go. So now we got this slime right here that we have to try and destroy. Oh god. Okay, pick you up for just a moment. Oh my god. The good dodging. Okay, well, that's not exactly what I had in mind, but you know what? Grab you anyway and get lost, please. I can afford to take a bit of damage. I have 7 health points anyway. There we go. So we have to press that switch in order to bring one of those gates down. Yeah, we can just save anyway. So now what we gotta do is that we have to go, we have to go over this way. Oh my god, these guys are actually really fast though. Yeah, pick up this dust in the meantime. There we go, let's see if I can get more dust from you. There we are. Keep going to the left, because now we have, we have this section right here with more little worms right here. Again, or mole rats, because I can't tell which ones they are, actually. Okay, hang on a second. Come back here, for goodness sakes. Don't just run away from me. Come on over. Come on down. Come on down to the Price is Right, boys and girls. There we go. Just hit that switch. Yeah, now we're back out here. Yeah, this guy I don't think we can do anything about, but we can pick him up either way. And we can just launch him into a wall. Yeah, so he can't really move around anywhere. But I think we have to go down this way. Also, I like that image right there, like in the middle with a gigantic grin on its face. Yeah, it's just like minimalist pixel art. Also, these are clearly electrical sockets. So, these ladders are a little bit weird. When you descend down the ladder, you wind up in a completely pitch black room. This room is actually a mirror of the room you were just in, but it's completely invisible. So you have to remember the layout of the room, and also the obstacles that are normally in your way, they are gone. They've disappeared. So you just have to pretty much remember where all the walls are, and you'll be able to get to the other side. It's actually a lot easier than it sounds, so don't worry about it too much. I mean, you do still have the slimes that you need to kill as well, in order to bring down some gates. Because they're not 100% identical to the main room. Yeah, and then we just gotta do it again in this particular room right here. But again, we got more slimes that we gotta destroy. Okay, yeah, there is a wall in the way right here. I think we have to go up this way. Yeah, there we are. So, just go up this ladder. Very nice indeed. And then we go down this way to hit another switch, and we can just save again just to be on the safe side. Oh god, okay, yeah, I remember this screen right here. There's a lot of slimes that we need to kill. So let's just do that. There we go, very narce. Very narce. Okay. I was saying very nice before, but now we're saying very narce apparently. And actually, I can't reach that dust all the way on the other side. No, I can't, so I'm gonna have no choice but to leave it alone, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. Well, you don't have to pick up all of the dust in each level. That's not a requirement. Don't worry too much about that, but we can suck up this guy. Ooh, honey, I told you if we're gonna get away from the city, then we ought to go all the way. If only you had that promotion. Oh, the neighborhoods we could have chosen from. Yeah, and then just blow them into a wall and then they're dead. And then this guy says, Mama, why is there a stranger at dinner today? Shall I fetch the gun? Well, thankfully, I have a gun of my own. And it's actually a vacuum cleaner. I mean, that's one way of dealing with a house robbery, I guess. Darling wifey dearest, did you forget to lock the door? Look at this street prowler you let in. Violence is practically written onto their face. And also you, apparently. What do you have to say, then? Papa, are we to call the police? Well, too late for you now. I just murdered the entire family. I murdered an entire family of worms, or mole rats. I can't tell. I'm gonna assume they were worms, because I'm assuming these are the guams that we saw earlier. I feel like this picture is hiding something, but it doesn't seem like I can interact with it whatsoever. So I'm just gonna leave it alone for now, then, in that case. Go down the ladder. There's a little light switch that we can activate. Yeah, there's mole rats everywhere. I don't think these ones damage you, though. Or they're worms, I don't really know, but this room is disturbing, so I just want to get away from it. Another nano assassin. Oh god. His throat is very hoarse. Die. The center must be destroyed. That's all I can say at this moment. My throat is very dry. I need like I need some freaking water. Ow. Okay, let's just go and kill you quickly. Oh god, wow, I can't aim for crap. Okay, wow, I'm taking a lot more damage than I really should right now. Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. I'm gonna deal with this clown and just... Oh my god, dude. I really am taking more damage than I really should. No. Nova. Destroy. Nova. Kill the cleaner. Well, that is it for him, I guess. Yeah, so... I'm not even sure if they're like... If there's any other type of mini-boss other than the Nano Assassin that you encounter later on. I'm not entirely sure, because admittedly, I haven't played through this game all that much. And for the record, clearing levels does not automatically restore your health, so I have 4 bars of health right now. I will still have 4 bars Oh, actually, no. It does replenish all my health. Okay, for whatever reason, I thought it didn't. Okay, well, I guess I just wasn't paying attention to my health bar then. Whatever, we're done with that level. Great Guam. Nova. I can feel the fog lifting from my memories. I am the Augur. I was created to investigate the future by studying the gambling habits of birds. Great Guam the Augur. Each and every one of us has a role to play in the grand story of New Zealand. You have shown me this, Nova. My children and I were once selfish and short-sighted. We complained about our lot in life and lost sight of the Center's plan. But there is a place for us after all, Nova. There will always be a place for us. Well, that's good to know, then. I'm just gonna skip this, because we have the card. It's fine. Whatever. No big deal. We're gonna enter out of his esophagus now. We're going out the other direction. There we go. We're done with that. Very good. We're back. And Palisade is back, too. How you doing? Yeah, so we kind of just collapsed. Yeah, kind of just collapsed, despite the fact that we literally did collapse. Nova. Palisade floats to Nova, gently picks her up, and begins to cradle Nova in her arms. It's going to be okay, darling. You are working so hard and doing such a good job. Maybe a trip outside the city will do you some good. The air is fresher out there. Well, it will be soon, once the dust storm has cleared. Later in Center Sanctuary... I don't understand what you're saying, Palisade. Do you think that the Center is wrong? That we should give in to the dust and let it overtake New Zealand? No, of course not. It's just... Nova. She shouldn't have to shoulder such a burden all by herself. Nova is the only one who can do this. It is the purpose of her creation, and we are here to help her. But at the end of the day, she must keep cleaning, or all will be lost. We all have to make sacrifices for the greater good. Do you understand, Palisade? I think I do understand. Right, so now that we've woken back up, we can talk once again to, Great Guam. Thank you for your help, Nano Cleaner Nova. Let me return the favor by taking the auspices for you. One moment, please, while I attune myself to the birds and their never-ending games of cards. Ah, Pigeon reveals a full house, but Duck presents a straight flush. Yes, I sense that you will be the one. Yes, you'll bring about a great event that shall alter New Thelan forever. Yeah, so what she said made literally no sense. The performance of my reconcilable yearning is what makes me resonate. I am blessed that the football will forever be pulled away. I am transfigured beyond a mere worm. Well, good for you. Sip, sip, sip. The fact that milk is labeled as 1% and 2% seems to imply that whole milk is perhaps 98% fattier. In fact, whole milk would more accurately be described as 3.5%, and is not drastically more caloric than the other options. Dude, it's 12:30 in the morning, I don't feel like doing math right now. Also, yes, it is literally 12:30 in the morning at the time I'm recording this. This guy, happiness is a warm illusion. Yeah, cause real happiness doesn't actually exist. We're all just faking it. It's all just a mask, it's a facade. Fake it till you make it, as they say. Grief is great. Grief is good, and we thank it for this food. Well, I mean, you can stand on top of their dinner table. You can, just phase right through the glass of milk. You can stand inside it. This, as far as I know, has no purpose whatsoever. Also, I like how they're illuminating the dinner table with a street light that is apparently impaled through the table. I mean, that's one way to dine, I guess. Right, so our work here is done, so now we have to just leave. Unfortunately, we can't use the ride scale to escape here, because the ride scale cannot jump. So, we can't cross over the fences with it, unfortunately, so we have to just walk there. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not possible for Nova to sprint when she's in her normal form. She only has one speed, and it's not a very fast speed either. So let's say we step things up a bit. Here we go. Actually, very quickly, we should look at the cards that we've just collected. Oh my god, please, I'm trying to press the X key. Great Guam. As the Augur, I am a proud practitioner of cold reading. It is like hot yoga, but more intellectual. And then we also have Brand Malignant right here, yeah. True peace comes from within. It's foolish to ask the world around you to change to suit your desires. The only thing you can control is your own feelings. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the ride scale also has its own camera angles here, as you can see. Yeah, so, want a side view? Where you can't even see what the heck is in front of you? Yeah, that's totally great, totally not gonna crash into anything by just playing the game like this over and over. Oh god. Yeah, I don't really like this view all that much. I'd rather just go back to the normal view. We can talk to this person right over here. What do they say? Covetous shopper. Ah, how shiny, how beautiful. Maybe one day I'll be able to save up for one of my own. Oh, how I long for a large glass window pane. Look at those. Look at the quality of these textures. This texture right over here kind of looks like it has a Christmas tree in the center. Yeah, so I'm gonna assume that this is probably taking place sometime around Christmas, perhaps? Is that what that implies? I don't freaking know, but man, these textures though. It's definitely very PlayStation 1-esque, maybe almost Dreamcast-esque, actually. Yeah, the texture placement is something alright, so is the texture quality. Alright, well, let's go to, the supermarket over here, the grocery store. I love toys. Or wait, do I? I used to find them very exciting, but now I'm like, huh? Why do I have this garbage? Yeah, so you're not useful in the slightest, but yeah, we're going to the grocery store. We're gonna shop for some stuff. Yeah, the supermarket, whatever. Yeah, what does this person have to say? Elderly shopper. Prune crackers, prune crackers. Boy, the graphic design and product packaging sure has gone downhill since my day. It all just looks like a blur of colors. Is it just me, or does this particular NPC right here kind of look like Geodude wearing a dress? Am I the only one who sees that? Also, why does it look like they have two sets of nostrils as well? It looks like they have another set of nostrils above their eyes. It's so creepy. I don't like it. I'm getting away from you. Also, you have this creature, Moletuber. I make videos about video games, but it's hard. It's not just fame and rainbows. No one was watching my videos unless I made stuff about the latest Big World series installment. Talk to him again. I just want to cover Small World, not Big World. I wish things were different. Yeah, there's the self-aware humor again. I mean, you know, I'm a person who makes videos of video games as well. I can definitely relate to this, though. it really does seem like the only way to even get views on YouTube anymore if you plan on becoming a Let's Player is to just make Fortnite videos 24/7. That seems to be the trend currently. Play any sort of battle royale game and you're bound to get views. That seems to be what the algorithm favors nowadays, and it sucks, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I actually don't hate Fortnite at all. I know there's a lot of people who despise that game because a lot of, like I've even seen some people just flat out say that Fortnite has destroyed the video game industry. Like, I don't think anyone can look at that statement and not take it as a massive overreaction, but it really does feel like the current trend right now within the Let's Play community is play Fortnite, otherwise you're not gonna get noticed. Or just play much bigger games, like bigger AAA titles, and that's how you get noticed. But that's like the easy way out. Or it's considered to be the easy way out in terms of, you know, forming a community on YouTube nowadays. And again, I've mentioned before in previous videos that the reason I started doing videos like this on YouTube myself was not with the intention of becoming the next PewDiePie, because I am not personally interested in big budget AAA titles. I'm more interested in niche indie titles like Anodyne 2, because I feel like they're a lot more interesting. I've honestly gotten very tired of all of the AAA stuff that's been coming out recently, because it really feels like it's just a rehash of the same bullshit that we've seen over and over again already. It's boring, like it's not, it doesn't intrigue me anymore as much as it used to. I would rather cover smaller, lesser known indie games like this one that you're seeing right here, because there's a lot of games that are coming out on Steam nowadays and also the Epic Games Store that I really feel are not getting the recognition they deserve. That's why I would rather cover stuff like this instead, because this kind of stuff is infinitely more entertaining than the same rehashed bullcrap that the AAA industry has been serving us for like the past 10 years now. Because there was a time when a lot of the games that AAA companies were making used to be a lot more varied and a lot more, like, unique and original. But I don't feel like there's any of that anymore within the AAA gaming industry, because it's just become, it's become too safe, I feel. Like, it seems like a lot of companies are too afraid to experiment anymore, because they think that it's not profitable, despite evidence to the contrary. But yeah, if you guys were ever wondering why I only tend to cover, like, niche indie titles like this, and also retro games on my channel, it's because I've just lost all interest in the AAA gaming industry at this point. The way I see it, AAA video games are no longer interesting, nor are they original. It's just not something that intrigues me anymore, so I would rather show you guys more experimental weirdness like this instead, because it's way more interesting than any freaking battle royale game that's come out recently. I'm very well aware that this could be part of the reason why my channel is not larger, because I'm covering such niche and unknown indie games like Anodyne 2, but I don't care, man. Like, I just play whatever I want at the end of the day. I only do this as a hobby anyway. I'm not looking to become the next famous Let's Player on YouTube. I honestly don't care if that ever happens. I just do this for fun, man. That's all this is about at the end of the day. But anyway, I apologize for that really long rant. I know I was just like standing around for the last 5 minutes, but I really did want to get that off my chest, because I don't feel like I've ever explained why exactly I only tend to cover like really weird indie games on the channel. I mean, I'm pretty sure I mentioned something about it in my Osmos video from a couple of years ago, but I don't think I went into great detail about that in said video though, so I kind of wanted to give you guys like a better explanation as to why I tend to cover games like this and not like the most recent Call of Duty or Fortnite or PUBG or whatever, because it's not that I don't like those games, I'm just not interested in them. That's all there is to it. Plus, I don't want people to feel like I'm selling out, like I'm playing those games just to, you know, get more viewers or get more followers or whatever, due to the fact that they're so popular and they're very trendy right now. But look, the battle royale genre is gonna die out eventually. Everyone's gonna move on to something else at some point in time. There will come a time when Fortnite and PUBG and Apex Legends and most recently Call of Duty Warzone, they're all gonna become irrelevant eventually, okay? Everyone will eventually move on to something else, and there will be another big trend that sweeps the YouTube Let's Play community. It's not gonna last forever, or at least I sure hope to God it doesn't last forever. But anyway, back to the game now. I apologize for that long rant. Just needed to get that crap off my chest, man. Okay, so you see that guy up there with the long tongue? Yeah, so that guy up there is holding the last card that we needed in order to repair part of the dust prism. How exactly are we gonna get to him? Well, by doing some great old platforming, of course. But first, I'm gonna talk to these people. Eek! Eek! Wah! I'm trying to find the candy by echolocation. Well, I mean, they are technically dolphins, aren't they? They're like anthropomorphic dolphins. Well, actually, no, they are definitely feral because they don't stand up on their hind legs. I'm not really sure. I don't want to think about this for too long. Wait, what does that say? The Jormungula? The Jormungula fruits are looking fresh today, and how plump the green flibbers are. This delightful produce makes me feel truly immersed in this fantastical world created by the Center. Or, you know, the two people who worked on this game. I mean, they're the ones who truly brought you into existence. Like, let's be real here for a minute. You're just part of a computer simulation that they created, okay? This entire world is a simulation. This world is not real. Everything you know and love is a lie. Anyway, I'm gonna stop getting existential here and just go and, try to meet up with this guy up here. Oh my god, hang on a second. We have to jump on top of this. Okay, there we go. Run along the billboard right here. Okay, good. Then what we have to do is that I think we have to jump over this way. Yeah, our gliding ability is gonna come in handy right here. Have to go over here. Dang it, jump up there. Okay, good. Then we have to jump up this. Yeah, these little platforms we have to jump across. And yeah, we've made it to him. We've made it to him. How you doing? Let's just look up at him here just to get a better view of him. Look at this guy, for goodness sakes. Look at his freaking tongue. Kind of looking like, what I imagine Licky Tongue from Pokemon would look like if he was designed by H.P. Lovecraft. I don't even know. Nova walks up to the strange figure by the clock. The figure quivers strangely, licking the air. Are they hungry? Nova wonders. They appear to have a sort of hunger that Nova has never seen before, something that Nova ought not to see. She curls her toes inside her shoes as the figure turns to meet her gaze. Gustine Papillum, come here, sweet one. Let me taste you. The smooth curvature of your mask, the lightly dusted tread of your boots, the metallic tang of the silver ring upon your back. Ee-hee-hee, my tongue quivers in anticipation. No, I must resist the dust. It fills my mind. Day and night I fantasize about all the delectable flavors around me. Once my skin was smooth, now every inch is sensitive to taste, longing for flavor. Gustine Papillum, the tongue-skinned creature, gazes pleadingly at Nova. Their beady and desperate little eyes begin to water. Nova's stomach turns, but she begins to feel strength and determination. She has a job to do. Nano Cleaner, help me, Gustine says quietly. You must make me clean again. Free me from the prison of my own desires. The air is thick with repetitive dialogue yet again. Okay, yes, we know this already. Hit him with some sparks. We're gonna cleanse him. His entire body is just a tongue, apparently. Oh my god, what even is this? Okay, well, Dimension Dive once again. Let's do it. Yeah, we have to get to that line over there next to him. Good, Dimension Dive start. Oh god, that's the wrong direction. There we go. Up, down, left, right, left, right. We're inputting the Konami code right here. Very nice indeed. Okay, good. There we go. Okay, very nice indeed. Yeah, you don't need to see that sequence again, honestly, because, I mean, it's just... We've only seen it for the 4th time at this point, and it's already starting to get kind of repetitive, so... Yeah, I don't think there's any real reason for you guys to see that again, because I've already seen it too many times. Memoirs of Aguzia? A disease of the skin threatens to overwhelm the inhibitions of its host. I see. Well, Gustine Papillum, we're here now. Indeed. Right, so we've got some dust to clear up over here. Actually, we already have all the dust that we needed in order to fill up the rest of the prism so we can finally leave, but we're gonna save. We're gonna try to do this very quickly. Okay, so the gimmick of this stage is that there's some switches we can pull with our vacuum cleaner, and the switches are essentially, yeah, they're effectively, they're in the form of tongues. Indeed. Yeah, we gotta get past them. You gotta go and destroy the slime. There we go. Also, take note of the fact that there's eyeballs inside of the walls, and also what looks like intestines. Yeah, this is one of the more disturbing levels in the game. Mr. Spiky, we don't wanna kill him right here. We don't wish to kill him. There we go. Well, I mean, we do wish to kill him, but we don't wish to vacuum him up because that will damage us. No, we definitely want to kill him because we need his dust. We need all of his dust. There we go. What do you have to say? Taste Nakama. Shish. Nova, come here. Let me taste that metallic helmet of yours. No? Lesh me just health myself then. He's speaking with a lisp, I think. Or at least that's what I assume that is. Yeah, you can bring this guy in with his, with your vacuum. You can't suck him up, though. Oh, God. Okay, wow, did I really just, like, trap myself in here with him? Please, move out of the way, buddy boy. I have to go up this ladder. Thank you. Okay, so there's something I am gonna have to time right here. I'm gonna have to make quick work of this slime. There we go, to drop that gate down. I can't go and grab that health crystal anyway, or that dust. So, forget about it for now. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. This checkpoint does matter, though. Taste Comrade. Oh, Nano Cleaner. Nothing wrong with a few licks, yes? Come on. Don't ruin the fun. Let me taste your suit. I'll enter a new kingdom of sensory experience. Oh, I don't know, my entire suit is made of metal. I don't think you want to be tasting that. I don't know, doesn't seem like a good idea. Just does not seem like a good idea to me. Okay, so this guy right here, I think, okay, yeah, so one thing that we can do right here is that we can start to bring him in with our vacuum, but then we can stop and we can just place him right there, and then we can kill him with the tongue, which will drop the gate down. We gotta go over this way. Yeah, I'm gonna try and fill up the entirety of my, my thing here. Oh, wait. Hang on a second. There we go. Rush through it. There we go. Yeah, fill up the entirety of my vacuum right here. We gotta go very quickly. I could also go to the right, but I'm gonna go to the left first because I want to. Can I talk to you at all? Actually, wait, I think we gotta do this first. Taste Friend. Oh, yes. Lick it off my ears, yes. I've been working up a sweat all day. Wait, what? The saltiness and sweetness. Isn't it divine? Lick me. No. I don't want to lick you. You're a sweaty pile of garbage. No, that is disgusting, boyo. I don't want to do that. I also have no idea what effect this has on him, aside from, you know, causing him to vibrate violently and also change color. Other than that, I don't think he does anything else, actually. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to do there in that, that screen. What I'm gonna do instead is this. Yeah, I'm gonna free these guys. I'm gonna lure them down over here. And then I'm gonna, there we go, just juke them. And then I think I'm gonna actually just move on. Because I don't need to kill them. I'm not required to collect any of the dust or kill any of the enemies in this level. I just have to kill the Nano Assassin, basically. Taste Companion. I'm licking the concrete to remind me of the cities of my past loves. The taste brings it all back. You should try it too. Don't be shy. I do not judge. Well, I can only imagine that concrete probably contains some essential nutrients, but doesn't mean you should still be eating it. Yeah, that's still weird. Give me this key. Yeah, so we can jump down here to get to this lower ledge. We have one key right now. Oh, okay, this is where the right path actually took us before. Okay, so I think what we gotta do now, we have to go back over this way. I mean, I might as well deposit one of the keys right now. Just put you in there for the time being. Yeah, to drop one of the gates down. I will also save in the meantime. Now we have to go to the right. We take this switch out. There we go. There's a tongue that kills all the Mr. Spikies. Yeah, you'll notice that there's another little thing that we can open up to get the other key, actually. But we gotta go over this way first. And, okay, so this guy we do actually need to kill. So, we're gonna lure him over here. And then very quickly, we're gonna bring this out. There we go. He's dead. Yeah, gonna get that dust. Yeah, you'll notice that because we have 60 dust now, all of the dust that we collect now is not going to be added to our vacuum. So, it's not gonna count because we are at the maximum capacity. Now that we have the other key, we can place it in here. Very nice indeed. Bring that gate down and just save again very quickly. Now we have the Nano Assassin. This time we have a giant tongue in our way, though. Nova, oh, come here. Come here. Let me destroy you. Eh, not gonna happen, buddy. Oh, God. Yeah, I forgot. This tongue is acting as a wall. Oh, my God. Why can I not aim? Hang on. I'm gonna bring this down. There we go. So I can actually, like, hit him. Oh, please. Wow. How did I not get damaged by that? There we go. Very nice indeed. I gotta be quick about this, otherwise it's gonna get in the way again. There we go. Thankfully, though, this does also block his own bullets, so, you know, if there's an upside here. Oh my God, dude, my aiming, though. My aiming right now. Well, I can at least show off what happens if you do run out of, blocks to throw at him. He lays down blocks for you, so you can keep on, damaging him. Yep, just like this. Just like this. I think we're gonna be fine. Okay, maybe we're not gonna be fine. Oh my God, if I can just, like, stop missing for a minute. Okay, where in the world am I in time and space right now? Hang on a second. You're going fast, but I am... Wow, I am apparently not faster. There we go. Oh, Nano Cleaner. That was real good, but you must be stopped. He's coughing a lot. Maybe his throat is just very hoarse right now. I don't know. I know mine is, because I've been recording for like 3 hours. Okay, whatever. I almost died during that encounter, but... There. Just bring this back. I'm gonna, you know, get all my health back anyway, I think. Yeah, there we go. 7 hearts of health. Or not, well, not hearts, but like bars or whatever. There we go. We're done anyway. When I was young, Nova, the world was bright and delicious. I loved nothing more than to eat and taste and be satisfied. But as I grew, the magic of my tongue began to fade. Food felt like sand upon my tongue. Life became dull and gray. Then, the dust came. I could feel its writhing, unruly power growing inside of me. My sense of taste returned, more vibrant than ever before. Red bumps slowly began to appear upon my skin, but I ignored them, delighting in the wonderful flavors the world had to offer. I was a fool to fight against the wisdom of the center, to gratify my base desires by giving in to the dust. I lost control, and I became a monster. Thank you, Nova, for giving me another chance. Indeed. So we got one last card right here. This is the final card we need to repair that second part of the Dust Prism. So that's very good. Also, that is going to be the last card that we'll be collecting in this video, because, holy crap, man, I've been recording for so long, I've completely lost track of time, actually. Nova's stomach lurches as she flings herself out of nanoscale. That's what it is, she thinks to herself. The transition has been making me queasy. But this time, she doesn't let herself fall to her knees. She hates to see Palisade looking so worried, even if it did feel nice when Palisade cradled her. Hello, darling Nova. Now that you have 4 cards, please return to the Center Sanctuary to upgrade the Dust Prism. Which is exactly what we're gonna do. But first, I want to talk to Gustine Papillon one last time. Thank you, Nova. I can feel the vibrancy of taste dimming once again. Actually, that's all he says. Okay, well, I guess we're done talking to him. There we go, let's just jump off this platform right here, get some sick airtime. Yeah, so now we're gonna have to go back over this way. We're gonna have to, repair part of the Dust Prism now, since we have 4 cards. Actually, what I should do first is maybe save my game. Let me do that first. There we go, game successfully saved. Okay, well, let's move on. Okay, so now that we're here, we can finally repair this freaking Dust Prism. Welcome to the Prism Reinforcement Device. Please insert the cards you collected so that the Dust Prism may be expanded. Wonderful, Nova. You have enough cards to upgrade the Dust Prism. Let us begin the upgrade process. Alrighty then. So yeah, we're gonna have some cards that actually appear. Nice rainbow-colored cards. And they are going to repair the Dust Prism for us. There we go. A really nice rainbow ring that just flies out of it. Congratulations, Nova. You have reinforced the Dust Prism and increased its capacity by 50 units. Continue the good work. Right, so that didn't actually clear up the storm, but this will, however, because I do have 60 now. I have 60 units of dust. So now we are going to talk to this console right over here. We're going to deposit the rest of the dust. There we go. So dust progress is now at 100. Very nice. We have 10 left over, too. Very good. Amazing, Nova. The center now has enough dust in order to clear the storm. Come over and speak with Cisamus and I. So now we're going to talk to them again. Amazing, Nova. You've reinforced the prism with cards and deposited enough dust to clear the storm. Also, your canister can now hold 90 units. Nano Cleaner Nova, you bring this fallen world ever closer to its most perfect state. An unadulterated connection with its own identity, with its own center. Cisamus sings, which I'm not going to sing this next part. I'm just going to read it normally. Blessed are they who walk along the path of their creation, who radiate cleanliness from the center as light is cast from a flame. The fool says, I am the center. They are like an arrogant flower, sprouting early to mock the winter's cold. The wicked shall wither before they blossom, their machinations crumbling to dust. But the righteous bloom in season, the work of their hands is blessed. Their radiance is a joy to the ones they love, their leaves a comfort and a shade. There were no rhyming lyrics in that song whatsoever. Maybe he's an outsider musician, I don't even know. What a wonderful thing to be chosen. Nova, look, the dust you've deposited is being used by the center and the dust storm is beginning to clear. It is indeed starting to clear. We're gonna see a nice little animation right here. Yeah. Look at how all the shadows move as well as the sky gets dimmer. Yeah, so it's a lot darker now. Nova, the elevator to the surface is ready. This world requests that you explore and bear yet more cards and dust into its heart, the center. Go forth in peace, and clean. Well, I would go forth and clean if this random piece of geometry would let me go past it. Oh, right, I do need to show off that card, actually, very quickly. Gustine Papillum. Much of what we perceive as taste is actually olfactory in nature. Perhaps now I can fully appreciate the smellscape of New Theland. Or will that also function as a gateway to depravity? Yeah, just so you know, I have no idea what the purpose of the cards are exactly. That has not been explained to me yet, I don't think, in my other save file. It'll probably come clear much later on in the game, but for now, we're gonna go to this, yeah, we can ride the elevator upwards now because we can actually leave. The lighting in Center City C Note has changed entirely. We have much cooler colors now. The color temperature has changed drastically. Yeah, it seems like some of the NPCs here are just saying the exact same thing, so it doesn't seem like their dialogue has changed. Well, in any event, we're gonna ride the elevator upwards now. Nova presses the console and it lights up in Weirs. Next stop, the Blue Veil. Indeed, so this is our next stopping point right here. Blue Veil Center. God, I love those, like, almost seamless transitions to the next area. Like, there's no loading screens, man. It's terrific. And actually, I guess I could deposit the rest of the dust that I have, because I still have 10 dust on me. There we go. 10 dust. Very nice indeed. There we go. Thank you for depositing dust. Whatever. Just get rid of it. Just empty my vacuum cleaner entirely. So what's interesting about the Blue Veil Center is that if we change the camera angle, yeah, you'll notice that we are above the city right now. You can actually see the city below you, which is really cool. Yeah, so there's like I'm assuming a low poly version of the city that's been modeled, and you can actually see it below you. Unfortunately, you can't fall down towards the city, because it doesn't let you. There's an invisible wall preventing you from doing that. But you can indeed see the city from all the way down over here, and I think we are actually at the very top of the dust prism, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the very top. So if you look above, you got some pretty ominous-looking clouds. These are actually Mimatis clouds, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what they're called? Mimatis? I don't know, it's the type of clouds that you normally see during a thunderstorm, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're kinda shady looking, but we have a save point over here. If we walk towards it, though, Palisade will actually stop us. Nova, I know we just talked in Center Sanctuary, but I need to tell you something. I'm going away for a while. There's something I need to do. I won't be able to check in on you as often, but please know that you are always in my heart. Do you remember when that nano creature attacked you after you were just born? I channeled the power of a card then to create an invincible barrier. Nova, I'd like you to have my card now. Keep it close, and don't use it to reinforce the prism. May it protect you from all harm, even when I am far away. Nova received the Palisade card. Okay, I love you, sweetheart. I'll be in touch as soon as I am able. Bye for now. Yeah, so apparently she's gonna be leaving for a while. Bit of a vague explanation, but she at least gives us a card, though. We can read this card, the Palisade card. Card number 00, Comforting Words. A special protective card given by Palisade for use in a time of need. I'm kind of wondering if maybe these cards can be used in the overworld, like the 3D overworld. I'm not really sure, but those are some things I'm going to have to experiment with in my other save file. But for now, we're going to save the game. There we go. So we can continue in two different directions right now. I did not mean to switch back into that. Hang on a second. Yeah, the minimap has changed. We can go into two different directions right now. We can keep going forward beyond the save file. However, if we jump to the top of the dust prism, if we can actually pull that off, there we go. Yeah, there's another path that we can take over to the east of the dust prism. For now, though, I am not going to be taking any path because I believe we are done with this video. This is where I'm going to end things off for now. Yeah, I have no idea where either of those paths lead, and I'm not really all that interested right now because we're done with this video, guys. That's it. The video's over, so we're going to end things off now. Yeah, I ended up recording this for a lot longer than I thought I would, but I mean, this was the exact path that I was planning on taking throughout this video because in my other save file, I had already played through the first 4 levels, not counting the 3 tutorial levels and the other level where it was demonstrating the mini-bosses for the first time, which I guess could also count as a tutorial level, but yeah, that's Anodyne 2. That's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this video, so it's a really interesting blend of 3D platforming and 2D dungeon crawling almost. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, kind of like a blend between classic Zelda and modern Zelda. It's pretty neat. It's definitely interesting to see that the PlayStation 1 graphical style is starting to become trendy amongst indie developers again. In all honesty though, I think I enjoy the 2D environments a lot more, because I know that the original Anodyne was in straight 2D. There were no 3D environments to be found in the original Anodyne, and I can't help but feel like the 2D environments are a lot more interesting than the 3D ones, because it kind of just seems like in the 3D environments, all you're really doing is platforming. There's no real combat to be found, unless you count shooting people with sparks as combat, but I mean, you need to do that in order to enter their bodies to rid them of nanodust. You know, that's essentially how you enter the levels in this game. Like, all of the game's actual levels are hidden inside the various NPCs that you encounter throughout the game. The 3D environments are kind of like hub worlds almost. The 2D environments are the actual levels in Anodyne 2, and that's where most of the gameplay unfolds. I still have no idea what the purpose of the cards are, but they would probably become useful later on in the game, if I had to guess. It also seems like, in the early levels at least, it keeps things relatively simple in terms of mechanics, because you only have one real method of attack in the 2D environments, which is your vacuum. You can suck up blocks and lob them at enemies in order to kill them, or sometimes you can suck up the enemies and throw them at other enemies in order to destroy them. I'm also not sure if the nano assassins are the only types of mini-bosses that you encounter throughout the whole game. I'm really hoping that's not the case, because we've encountered 5 mini-bosses in this entire video, but all of them were the exact same mini-boss. You know, just with slightly different configurations in the terrain, obviously, because we were in different levels, but still. I really hope I get to see something other than the Nano Assassin in the later levels, because I feel like if I keep seeing him over and over again, I'm gonna get tired of him real quickly. So I really hope the game does begin to switch things up later on, but what I've seen so far, I have enjoyed. I do find it very fascinating how some indie developers are starting to experiment with the whole PlayStation 1 style of graphics, or I guess in some ways like Sega Saturn as well. But this one in particular is a very interesting use of it because it also combines that with like a 2D 16-bit aesthetic. So there's effectively two different styles of gameplay going on right here. You have 3D platforming sequences, but you also have 2D action-adventure sequences as well, that almost sort of function like a nod to the classic Zelda games. While the 3D environments feel a lot more like modern Zelda, and they definitely feel open world, because it does seem like you can choose whichever level you wish to enter first. It doesn't seem like it forces you to follow a linear path, so I do enjoy that aspect of the game at the very least. But man, I really hope it does something different with its mini-bosses, because I'm already getting bored of seeing the Nano Assassin over and over again, so I hope it switches things up. But other than that, I really enjoyed what I've seen so far. It is an interesting experiment in game design, I can at least say that. Like, I've seen some games, and I've also played a couple of games on my channel, like A Short Hike and No Players Online, that try to experiment with that sort of like PlayStation 1 aesthetic, but I've never seen a game try to combine that with a standard 2D pixel aesthetic before. So I find that very interesting. They're essentially blending two different eras of gaming together, two vastly different eras. And you know what? I can say with confidence that it works. Anodyne 2 is definitely one of the more unique indie games that I have seen in the past couple of years. I am definitely intrigued by it now, and I will continue to play it whenever I have time. For now though, if you guys want to go and purchase Anodyne 2 yourselves, there are links in the description. I believe the game is only available on PC at the moment, and it is available on Steam as well, but as I mentioned near the beginning of the video, this game, at the time that I'm recording this video, is currently free on the Epic Game Store, and it's free to keep, so if you decide to download it from now until March 19th, it will be permanently added to your Epic Game Store library. This game normally costs $20, but if you want to pick it up for free, you can go do that right now, but only for the next few days. This video will most likely be going live on March 16th, so by the time you guys see this video, you'll still have a few days to go and pick it up. Also, the original Anodyne is discounted heavily on Steam right now. The original Anodyne normally costs $10, it's on sale for only $1 right now. That's on Steam only though. And I think the reason why the original is on sale as well is because the Anodyne franchise is celebrating an anniversary very soon. It's gonna be turning 7 years old, because the original Anodyne was released sometime in late March. So I think that's why not only is the original Anodyne on sale right now, but Anodyne 2 is also free to keep. So I think the developers are doing this as part of Anodyne's 7-year anniversary celebration, if I had to guess, because I don't know if that's the actual reason. But yeah, pick it up on the Epic Store while you can, but you can also purchase it on Steam as well. It's not currently free to keep on Steam, but if you do want to purchase it at full price on Steam, you have that option as well. And of course, if the game ever comes to consoles, which as far as I know, there's no plans to bring Anodyne 2 to consoles just yet, but if it ever happens, I will update the description of this video with some brand new links. If you're a fan of the old school and modern Zelda games, and if you ever wondered what it would look like if those two different eras of Zelda suddenly collided and merged together to form a cohesive whole, then give Anodyne 2 a shot, because that's basically what this game is. And don't worry about not playing the original Anodyne first, because you don't need to play the original in order to understand what's happening in the second game. It's like the Final Fantasy series, it's a brand new world every single time, and brand new characters. So don't worry about the plot too much, because it's not really all that important. Anyway, I'm gonna leave things there for now, guys. Thank you as always for watching. I will see you in the next video I make. Later!